Sorry, guys. I just woke up like a Dracula, you know. Funny, I even have to wear these shades. No, these shades are actually high definition. A lot of people ask me about these. These are not sunglasses. They're not meant to be like wear outside. They're designed for gaming. They're designed to protect you from a blue UV light that's emitting from a television. Like I have three monitors surrounding me, and that's a lot of blue UV light. You don't realize that, and you're sitting for 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, it damages your eyes. There's a pretty good reason why Doctor Disrespect wears those glasses. He's not wearing it because, well, yeah, he looks cool. He'll tell you he looks cool, and he does look cool wearing them. That's his character. But one of the main reasons behind it, it's not like to hide his identity. People know who he is, you know. Everybody knows who Dr. Disrespect is and his real name. But the reason he wears those glasses is to protect himself from the blue UV light that's emitting from these televisions. So he wears those, you know, expensive, high definition, you know, protective goggles. And believe it or not, I've seen better with these than with my own two eyes. You know, I'm getting older, you know, so these certainly help my vision. So I'm not just wearing these to look cool. I might look cool, but it's not one of the main reasons. Okay, so I hope you guys realize it. Now I do have the real sunglasses, but if I put on the real sunglasses, then everything becomes very dark. Then I can't see nothing when I'm inside. These are designed to see everything better when you are watching a three monitors up close. Okay, and that's why I'm wearing these. All right, and they're very lightweight. I don't even feel that they're like on me most of the times. And I think that's where the future for virtual reality is going to be. It's going to be with something like this. I think Mark Zuckerberg talked about that. Like when I wear my MetaQuest 3, when I used to go to Meta Horizon World, I always felt like, man, oh, my head hurts because I've been wearing these, you know, these. I know that you can buy some, you know, additional accessories to help you, like a straps to hold your VR headset to make it more comfortable. I know, but still, you know, it's heavy. You can feel that heavy presence and the heat coming out of it when you're using it for far too long. So that was one of the problems I had, like with wearing a MetaQuest 3 and then trying to do this whole John Wick experience, you know, as John Wick returns with that voice. And, you know, the voice works really well. And when I'm inside the character and the avatar, maybe one day you guys will see that. But that's just acting, you know. I'm a really good actor. So I felt that the MetaQuest, hey Shuki, I'm so glad that the chat's working. So I never felt like wearing a headset, even the PlayStation VR too, like with the Gran Turismo 7. I always felt after so many hours, man, I cannot wear this anymore. So I think that's one of the issues right now with the VR headset, you know. And Shuki knows this because he has a VR headset. You know, you can only wear it for so long, and after like 3 hours, you start feeling it. Like, oh God, oh, I gotta scratch my nose or whatever. Yeah, I've done 7 hours, Shuki. I've done 8 hours. I mean, you can ask Renee; she'll tell you. I've done like 7, 8 hours. Or you can ask anybody in Meta Horizon World how many. Or you can look at my hours actually. If you go, well, you have add me as a friend one. John Wick Returns, but If I haven't like added you as a friend, Shuki, that's because I haven't touched my VR headset. You can see how long I have been. Uh, it's been more than 6 months. Has it been 6 months? No, I don't even know if the VR headset is working. Listen, I haven't used that MetaQuest over 6 months, so I don't even know if it's even working. I might have to like charge the batteries for like 12 hours and get the new batteries for the controller, and God knows how many updates I have to go through to keep that VR headset up to date. I think there's roaches living in there. They probably found a new home. Yeah, the roaches probably have like a new apartment complex in there living. But this October I'll probably dust it off, and I'll update it,
Your
clean it,
reception will be
and
terminated due to inactivity.
I'll
in 2
probably go
minutes.
back to Meta Horizon a little bit to visit some of my old friends. Because I have a lot of friends there, and I need to talk to them. I need to see how they're doing, etc., etc. But also entertain. Sure. Yes, I do want to entertain, but at the same time, I also want to see how my old friends are doing. Because I haven't seen them in a long time. So But the whole point about the VR headset is, like, these goggles. Hey, what's up, Jose? These are high definition. They're very lightweight. I don't know, maybe like what's the weight? The weight's very. I mean, it's like paperweight. Paperweight. Honestly, it's just like very lightweight. It's like a sheet of paper. That's how much they weigh. Like a sheet of paper. Like, I don't even feel it. They're on me. And I think this is where the future is going to be. It's going to be like this, wearing these like very lightweight um, goggles. I think that's the future of VR. And even well, actually, Mark Zuckerberg talked about that. Because they partnered with a Ray-Ban. Why do you think they partnered with a Ray-Ban? They partnered with a Ray-Ban because one of the best, coolest looking. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise started the whole Ray-Ban thing. Let's be honest, with Rain Man, Ray-Ban, Rain Man, Rain Man, Ray-Ban. Come on, man. Hollywood knows what they're doing. They know how to. They know how. See, the reason why Hollywood's successful, because Hollywood knows what works and what doesn't work. They know what people like, what the people don't like. Well, they used to know, like back in the days, like we're talking 80s and 90s. Now they don't know, because it's a different time. It's a different era. Everything's different, man. But in the 80s and the 90s, like, Hollywood used to know what works for people, what doesn't work for people, what people want to see, what people don't want to see. So Rain Man, Ray-Ban, put on those glasses. Even did it Dustin Hoffman? Yeah, even Dustin Hoffman. It was both Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise. They both were wearing the Ray-Bans. As far as I remember, Rain Man. Yeah, I do. I think you guys will be in the mood. That's the problem with the VR. My son doesn't play his Quest anymore. Um, well, you know what? It can be toxic, Jose. It could. You need to keep an eye on him to see where he goes. I used to go to Meta Horizon quite a lot, and you would be surprised um, how many times, you know, kids would find their way inside, like a an adult bar world, like. But look, they have these worlds. They have moderators. Facebook has moderators in there. Meta has moderators, but once in a while they find their way inside these places. It's like adult places, and they shouldn't be there. They find their way in, and they do have a virtual moderators that they kick them out. But they do find their way in, man, which is the big problem, honestly. The kids shouldn't be there. It's very toxic. It's an adult place, and kids shouldn't be there to begin with. But I think, for the most parts, I think Meta Horizon did a good job, making sure that people who create their worlds, that they kick them out and report them, and for the most part they did. Like, but I can tell you how many times me and Renee, when we would go there, like we would like see like kids like going in using their daddy's VR headset, and they would go in there, and there's no supervision, man. Like, what are these parents doing, man? Like, I know you were a parent, but you were a good parent, Jose. I'm not putting you in that. I'm not putting you in that category, all right? But man, there's a lot of parents out there that are just not. They can do a better job, man. Like, these are your kids, man. We cannot be babysitting your kids, all right? You can't expect public to babysit your kids. They're your kids. You can take responsibility, man, and you can't just let them loose on the internet. I mean, it's craziness. That was one of the problems in Metal Horizon, actually, quite a lot, man. They would always find a way to get in. Seriously, they would find a way to get in, even on a not God of War, Gears of War. Like recently, I just wanted to check out the Gears of War, reload it just to see how bad it is. It's pretty bad. Not to mention how toxic it is on the chat, on the voice chat, the way people are. But then you got kids using all kinds of language that they shouldn't be using, man. And then you got these toxic adults, using a language as well. Instead of just reporting, they're engaging in conversation. Like what's wrong with the adults these days, man? Okay, if the kid finds his way inside a game that he shouldn't be in, you block him, report him, and of course Microsoft will make sure that he doesn't go there anymore. They will put a ban of him accessing, Gears. So the lack of responsibility that comes from adults too, it's pretty shocking. I'm not saying it's like I said, it's not a public responsibility to babysit, but at the same time, as an adult, man, you need to, like, hey, we have a kid in here. This is not cool. We need to report him. Just report, mute, and just do the adult thing. All right. He cannot be there. Kids shouldn't be there in the Gears of War. It's not just the Gears of War. It's the Call of Duty as well, man. They find their way. He plays in front of you. Sometimes he hits me by accident. That's good. He hits you by accident to remind you who the boss is. Tell you what to buy him next. Say, hey, Poppy, I don't like this VR headset anymore. I want you to buy me a new one. I say, yes, son. Right away. How much is it? It doesn't matter how much it is. Just buy it. And you're like, yes, I'm going right now. I'll buy it. But anyway, it's not just the VR. I think it's everywhere, man. It's very toxic. This is the issue when you are in a public chat. This is one of the main reasons why I'm in a member chat. Member chat, I can see who is who. It's one of the another main reasons why I do member chat, so that way I can protect my channel from people coming in who shouldn't be coming in, or toxic individuals and spammers, bots, etc., etc. You know how much craziness there is out there on the internet, man. It's internet, all right? You're out in the ocean, You're like out middle of the ocean, and if you don't put any barriers, if you don't put any walls around you, right? Or, any kind of like a filter, they're going to come in. They're going to come in. And so that's one of the reasons why I don't, you got to put boundaries, if you want to have a smooth experience, a good experience like we are having right now. I'm surprised that they finally fixed my chat. Thank you, Google. Finally, my chat is working. All right, well, Boosteroid, let's continue. I'm actually getting better with a mouse and keyboard. I'm getting way better with a mouse and keyboard. At least the servers are working on the Ukrainian small company versus a big giant leather jacket Jensen's company. People pay $20, they can't even access the RTX 5080. I mean, are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then they want people to pay 12 months. They want to pay ridiculous amount of money for 1 year, 12 months. For what? For limited time, and then they'll give you a Borderlands. Yeah, don't even get me started with Nvidia, man. Nvidia has really disappointed me. Uh, I was so upset with Nvidia, man. You should see the original video that I made about Nvidia, Jose. But I had to delete that video. I couldn't upload it. I was like, man, this is just. I know you guys like Ray Liotta and Ark, and I know Shuki for sure loves. But this was like even Ray Liotta himself would jump out of the grave and say, "Hey Ed, hey Mr. 4K, listen, this is too much. This is crossing the line. This is crossing the line. All right, buddy." You see, I'm always aware when I'm crossing the line. When I say, all right, dude, this is just crossing the line. I cannot upload this. It's too much. I have to delete this. So I deleted the video. So I made another video. So the second video that you saw was a more calm, professional video, right? But you didn't see the director's cut. So you only saw the theatrical version. You only saw the theatrical version that I uploaded. The video that I uploaded recently with something called RTX 5080 problems with the servers not looking good, or something like that. What was the name of the video? NVIDIA's 5080 RTX not looking good, problems with the servers not looking good, or something like that. It was really bad. It was really bad. No, even I said like, all right, man, listen, why are you getting so upset, bro? It's just the GeForce Now, dude. I mean, what are you getting upset? You should be happy. No, and then I said to myself, I should be happy that they suck. I was like, I should be happy that they suck, because if they suck, then Boosteroid wins. This is only better for Boosteroid. So people who cannot access the GeForce Now servers, well, guess what? They're going to the Boosteroid. They will play at the Boosteroid. So I'm like, this is a good news. If the servers were working, it would be a bad news for Boosteroid. So I'm glad that the servers are not working. No, really, I am. Director's cut should be members only. I mean, listen, even for... I know, maybe you're right. But even for the members, this was bad. This was really bad. I was unhinged. It was a unhinged video. You know. So it would have. I mean, it would have to be like something on a Blu-ray, like it cannot be published like on online. It would be like a special interest, like for your home viewing. You know. Like a home viewing director's cut, like a Criterion's director's cut. Well, look, it's deleted, so I don't even have it on my hard drive anymore. It's deleted. Like I can't. Like, this is just like this is the part of me that I don't like, you know, and this is the part of me that other people don't like, and not going to broadcast that for people to see that, you know, because people are gonna say, oh my God, you know, Jesus. We thought you were a cool guy, but you have this other side of you that's, you know. Listen, the other side of me, it's a Ray Liotta. He's a good guy. So Ray Liotta, he might be a little bit unhinged, but he knows how to control himself. There's a difference. Ray Liotta knows how to control himself. How do I do that? Well, I keep John Wick to kind of like see. There's two characters. There's John Wick Returns, and then there's Ray Liotta. So John Wick reminds Ray, hey, listen, all right, you're stepping the line, all right, you're overstepping the lines. Back up, back up, back up. And then Ray Liotta's like, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So it's like I you know, these two characters, they keep each other balanced. You know, you have to embrace fear. You have to make friends with it. But you got to set boundaries. What does that mean? We got to let the fear know, all right, I will only allow you to manipulate me just this much, but you're not going to cross this line. It's all psychological, man. It's everything's psychological game, dude. All right, and believe me, I've been through it. One of the things that helped me, and I know I've been saying this story, oh God, for so many years. One of the things that helped me 35 years ago during that bloody war in Sarajevo, in Bosnia and Herzegovina, when the Serbian forces, attacked the capital of Bosnia, when they wanted to seize the entire country. And just like Ukrainians, we had to fight and defend ourselves from Serbian forces, which they were held by Milosevic back then. One of the things I learned about that war when I was younger is to control psychologically my mentality. Just imagine the kind of chaos you're dealing with. I mean, it's you guys cannot imagine because you haven't been through it. Thank God that you haven't been through it. So psychologically, mentally, I was prepared to to control myself, to keep myself balanced. And that's not an easy thing to do. PTSD, right, with a lot of veterans from Afghanistan, Iraq, a lot of soldiers coming back, they're dealing with a PTSD. It's a serious problem. Mental health, I've been talking about mental health for 12 years. I know we're only focused on video gaming. I know that's my main focus, video gaming, but I always try to remind people about mental health is a serious problem. If it's left untreated, you know what I mean? Bad things happen if it's left untreated. I don't care who you are, doesn't matter who you are. The mind's very fragile, and it can be corrupted if you don't know how to treat it, and if you left it untreated. Because remember, mental health, it's an issue that you are not in control anymore. And when that happens, when you're not in control and somebody else is in control of your mind, then your mind's being hijacked. Where is it coming from? We don't know, man. There's so much unknown, so much unknown questions, and there's really no answer. We don't know where it's coming from, where these unseen entities are coming from, to hijack someone's mind with negative thoughts, hatred, etc., etc. But this is why it's important that individuals who have this issue, who have this problem, they're not left untreated. There's so many cases. I mean, I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about the current events, right? Because I'm not about that. Because the politics and current events, all it does is divides people. So I stay away from that. But what I'm simply saying is I talked about the mental health for 12 years. If you watch my videos and live streams, those of you who know me, I always mention it. So one of the things that helped me, believe it or not, was that war in Bosnia. It made me a more... I get angry, but I can control myself. See, there's a difference. Do I get upset? Of course. Do I get angry? Of course. But the difference is I can control myself. I'm always in control. I'm the biggest critic of myself. I'm always self-aware. So that's what people don't understand. I'm always self-aware. I know like what I'm doing. I'm self-aware. That's because I'm always in control. No one's hijacking me. No one's hijacking my mind. I never let that happen. The minute you allow that to happen, to let your mind be hijacked, then you are not in control of yourself anymore. Okay? So the thoughts that are being projected to your mind are coming from somewhere else. Okay, and that's not good. So if you have those kinds of problems, man, you got to check yourself in the clinic. Do yourself a favor. Do everybody a favor. Check yourself in the clinic. Mental health, serious problem. I've been talking about this. I've been preaching about this for 12 years on my channel. So it's a no laughing matter. It's a serious issue. It's a serious pandemic that's going on in this country. Mental health. It's a serious problem, serious issue, and it needs to be really. There needs to be more programs. There needs to be more money invested into these programs to evaluate individuals who have mental health issues, mental health problems. It's a serious problem. Okay. So I talked about that for quite a long time, on my channel. I always mention it. I don't know how many times I have mentioned it, But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. I'm a video gaming channel. Like, my focus is, video games, video gaming only. But from time to time, I try to give people a good advice, here and there, because you don't know who's watching this. You don't know who will be watching this in the future. So I always like to give a good advice so people understand what I'm talking about. All right. We got 20 milliseconds on the Borderlands. 22 milliseconds. 23 milliseconds. You know what's funny? I looked at the GeForce Now. GeForce Now is not getting anything better. I was looking at like 20 milliseconds on GeForce Now as well. So it's like, what are they talking about? They keep saying that the GeForce Now has the best latency. Are you kidding me? Boosteroid has the same latency, has the same loading time as GeForce Now. What are these guys talking about? As a matter of fact, you can't even access the GeForce Now servers right now. But you can access the Boosteroid servers. So listen, the Boosteroid, it's doing better than GeForce Now at the moment. I mean, honestly. And once they start rolling out, thank you, Jose. Once they start rolling out Ryzen 9 9000 series. What was that Ryzen 9 you were talking about, Jose? 9955 X3D. Well, you will be able to enjoy that by the end of this year or beginning of next year. Ryzen 9, $700 CPU. Yeah, Ryzen 9 9000 series CPU, a pretty badass CPU with 9070 XT, RX 9070 XT with the FSR 4 and the FSR 4 frame generation on. So you'll be getting a pretty good PC rig. Plus an additional 42 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. A really fast DDR5 RAM. So think about it. Ryzen 9 9000 series Ryzen 9 CPU. GPU 9000 series 9070 XT. And an additional 42 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. So this is going to be such a boost in performance and everything with the FSR 4, RDNA 4 ready. RDNA 4 ready. So you'll be getting a pure AMD's beast of a PC, of a high-end PC. My gaming laptop cannot handle that. my gaming laptop would struggle because it's a you have people to understand there's a difference between a gaming laptop and a desktop. Uh, as you know, Jose, as you know, Shuki, a laptop GPU is good for portability, so you can enjoy portability and take it with you. That's the whole purpose of a laptop is portability. It's not meant for you to be a desktop replacement. It's meant for you to be a portability to take it with you. Uh, Nothing can change a discrete GPU. Discrete GPU, it's a single GPU that's built inside a motherboard. So that's why I'm using the cloud. That's why I'm using a Boosteroid, because my 4070 with 8 gigabytes mobile GPU that's put inside a gaming laptop honestly cannot really handle 4K that well with a lousy 8 gigs. 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM. It's nothing. It's nothing. So having a 7900 XT with 20 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM with a discrete GPU and a Ryzen Epic Zen 4 CPU, an additional 28 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, which I'm connected to on a virtual machine right now, really helps me in so many ways. Well, let's go through my visuals here. I just want to show you. 4K. Frame rates unlimited. Look at the graphics. Look at that. Ultra, ultra, ultra. Everything's set to ultra. There you go. The latency is 23 milliseconds. But here's the good news. It never goes above 23 milliseconds. It always stays within 23 milliseconds, and then it drops down to 20, 19, 20, 19, 21, 22, 23. So it never goes above 23. It stays within 23. So 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Pretty good latency. What about the codec? H.265. Dude, I can't tell a difference. Like, you could have fooled me and said to me, hey man, when did you buy AMD's 7900 XT? Did Shuki send it to you? Did Shuki send you a AMD's 7900 XT? Yes, he did. Shuki sent me 7900 XT, and I'm enjoying it. So like, it feels like I'm really playing from a computer that's like right here in my office. You know, it's really that good. All right, so let's play. This is chapter 7, guys. Jose and Shuki, I'm getting really good with mouse and keyboard, and it's time for me to get used to. I was telling Shuki, because he's using a mouse and keyboard, I'm getting really good at mouse and keyboard, and I think I'm just gonna start using mouse and keyboard because it's just so better, dude, and it's more precise. It's just better. Controller cannot really give you that precision, guys, the way that a really good mouse and a really good like keyboard, especially a mechanical keyboard, can give you. If you got a mechanical keyboard with a good response and you got a mouse with a good response, the mouse precision and keyboard, mechanical keyboard precision, man, trust me, nothing can change that. So I can see why PC players talk about mouse and keyboard and it's the best way to play. It really is. Once you get used to it. Listen, controller is good if I'm on my bed and I'm chilling out in my bed, relaxing in my bed, you know, or if in my lazy boy chair. But mouse and keyboard, man, for sure. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm snorting. Okay, I'm not like, I'm not trying to be like Tony Montana, man. Hey, man, what the fuck you looking at, man? Fuck you, man. Where's the cocaine, man? The fuck you, man. No, I have an issue with sinuses, man. It's nothing to do with the cocaine, all right? Hey, man, the fuck you, man. I've been starting fucking coke, man. I was on the fucking boat, man. With the cocaine, man. I had a fucking cocaine coming out of the fucking boat, man. That's right, man. Even the fucking octopus swallowed the fucking 20 kilos of cocaine, man. Imagine that. Scarface. Prequel of Scarface. We see Tony Montana on a boat. And octopus swallows the 20 kilos of cocaine. Hey, man, what the fuck, man? The fucking octopus, man, just fucking swallowed the fucking cocaine, man. That would be hilarious, dude. Hoo-ah. All right, let's go. I missed the younger version of Al Pacino. You know, Al Pacino's old, man. He's what? He's 90. How old is he? Is he 90 now, man? He's old. He's 80. He's 80. Yeah, Al Pacino's old, man. You know. But Al Pacino back in his prime, listen. I don't care what anybody says. Listen. Listen. No. Shh. It's not out for the debate. I don't care what anybody says. It's not out for the debate. Al Pacino back in his prime. Oh. Al Pacino back in his prime. Woo. I'm telling you. Legend. I mean, just, woo. He was one of the best. Honestly, I mean, you look at the 80s and 90s, man, Pacino was dominating. No matter what he plays, he was just dominating. He was a pure beast, man. But that's Al Pacino back in his prime, right? Oh, it was. You know, there's been some. I don't know if he wrote on the book. Cause listen, I haven't read the book. I haven't read the book. But I heard that some people said in the book he did acknowledge that he had issue with the powder, that he was using cocaine. It was like so he was a cocaine abuser or something like that. Now I don't know, but this is something that is written in his book, from what I understand. And one of the reasons that he was the way he was in the movie Heat, the way he was always like that, so angry, you know, it's because some people said that, you know, well, he said, actually, he admitted now in the book that, yeah, he had issues with cocaine, with powder. And apparently Michael Mann let him. Well, you don't say no to Al Pacino. It was like, damn, man, you're snorting that powder, but you're coming onto the set. So I don't know if this is true or not, but people who read the book, they said that he had mentioned it. I mean, look, I understand. Like, if you listen, when you are a celebrity of that quality, you're Al Pacino, man. Okay, you're not just some regular dude walking around. You are Al fucking Pacino. Al fucking Pacino. All right. And Albert Pacino. Well, see, if they called him Albert Pacino just wouldn't sound good. But Al Pacino just sounds better. Hey, Al. So when you are Al Pacino, man, and you know, you're this big of a celebrity, Academy Award winner, man. I mean, come on. Godfather, Scarface, you name it. The film directors, they turn the blind eye. They're like, yeah, fine, whatever, dude. If you snort the powder, just keep it on the low. Let's film this scene. And actually, him being on a cocaine made that movie uh, better. Him playing that character, that homicide detective. It was a lieutenant homicide detective, LAPD, in Heat, movie called The Heat. I think it worked quite well. Him being, on the powder. I don't think if he was on the powder, I don't think that movie. I don't think the performance would be that good on the movie Heat. But I think the reason Heat worked is because he was on that powder and just made the movie. I think Tom Sizemore, may he rest in peace, was probably on a powder as well. And I don't know, maybe Val Kilmer too. Listen, man, you don't know, man. May he rest in peace too. I mean, because Val Kilmer back then was different, man. He was a bad boy, dude. Yeah, he was a great actor, but when he was younger, man, he was a bad boy. All right, he was a bad boy. I know he was a Val fucking Kilmer, dude. All right. Same thing with Tom Sizemore. Same thing with Al Pacino. These Robert De Niro, right? These were like top dogs, like when it comes to movies. So Academy Award winners, So they kind of turned a blind eye on, like, all right, like Michael Mann, the film director. He kind of turned a blind eye. He was like, all right, you guys are snorting that powder, so be it. Well, actually, Tom Sizemore with Steven Spielberg on the set of Saving Private Ryan, before they start shooting the D-Day invasion in Ireland, that Omaha Beach D-Day invasion. Steven Spielberg knew that Tom Sizemore was being evaluated for the drug. He was being tested. And, Steven Spielberg would ask him, like, hey, man, did you get tested? Like this is the conversation that they would have with Tom Sizemore. Like, I need to see, man, that you got tested. Because, we're making a serious World War II movie here. I don't want you, like, going crazy on me on the set, So, this is all true story, man. I think Adam Goldberg talked about it, an actor who played in a movie. Edward Burns talked about it. But they all said it kind of worked out. The way there was two Toms, Tom Hanks and Tom Sizemore. Although, Tom Sizemore was under watch because he was being tested. He had to do, blood tests like every 15 days just to make sure he's clean. But sometimes the film directors, they turn the blind eye because, look, man, we need these actors. They fit the role. They're perfect. If Tom Sizemore wasn't in that movie, Saving Private Ryan, it would not be the same movie. If Al Pacino was not in The Heat, would not be the same movie. So, sometimes you have to turn the blind eye because these actors, they make the movie complete. They make the movie work. And I think that's why, Michael Mann turned a blind eye on Al Pacino with the cocaine. And that's why Steven Spielberg, turned a blind eye, because even though he knows that he's still being evaluated, he's being tested, but he was like, all right, you're on the set, just don't go crazy on me, all right, just, But he did a good job. Tom Sizemore did a good job. Everybody did a good job in that movie, man. So may he rest in peace. Shortly after that, Tom Sizemore did another movie, another war movie with Ridley Scott called Black Hawk Down, based on the real events that happened in Mogadishu. And then he did a little bit of Pearl Harbor with Michael Bay. And then he did an Enemy of the State movie with Tony Scott. But yeah, I mean, Tom Sizemore had problems and issues with drugs. So did Robert Downey Jr. Look at Robert Downey Jr. and his drug abuse, and look at him now, dude. Like, he turned things around. I mean, look at Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen, right? Well, recently Charlie Sheen, what was it, yesterday? Charlie Sheen was on Joe Rogan podcast, like, talking about that stuff as well, the drugs and all that. So listen, when you're in a big city as capital of entertainment as Los Angeles, man, the access to these drugs becomes much easier, especially when you're a celebrity. It becomes much easier. I'm not saying that should be an excuse because you're in Hollywood, because you're a celebrity, because you're an actor. I'm not saying that should be an excuse. But I also understand why it happens. Because you're in LA, it's so accessible. You're in LA, you're in Los Angeles, man. It's like its own planet. It's like LA, Los Angeles. It's like the most recognized city in the world, even more than New York City, because it's just the capital of entertainment. Everybody knows Los Angeles. Like, there's not a place on this planet. Oh, we know L.A., Los Angeles, yeah, because it's like advertised, in the movies so much. Like, you see that, like, city always there. Like, how many movies have been made in L.A., right? L.A., it's an iconic city. Like, it's a very iconic city. It's everybody remembers it. Even I, when I was growing up in Europe, like, oh yeah, Los Angeles. Like, who doesn't know L.A.? So because of Hollywood, it's not just a Hollywood, but the entire entertainment. It's the capital of entertainment. Everything's there, from the porn industries, video games, music, television shows, soap operas, etc., etc. It's just the capital entertainment. So it's a very iconic city. So I understand if you're a celebrity, if you're an actor, you will be exposed to the access of drugs and all that stuff. All right, well, let's continue this. What's up, Brendan? What's going on, brother? Congratulations on that Boosteroid Pro. I appreciate it, man. You should stay Boosteroid forever, man. Forget the GeForce Now, man. How about GeForce Limited Now? GeForce Limited Now, yeah. So for those of you who wonder, have I ever been to LA? Yes. I've been to LA a few times. But that was back in the days. That was like in 97, 98. Went there a couple of times. And then I think I went back again in 2004. I went back to LA. And I've been there a few times. But this was a different LA back then. Listen, LA in the 97, 98, and even 2004 was a different LA than today's LA. Today's LA is just like, man, oh my God, man. Woo. Where do we even begin? Where do we even begin? Like, you look at today's LA and all kinds of issues that they have with homelessness and the crime and dude, it's just crazy over there. But it's a very unique city, man. Do I love LA? I love LA. I love Los Angeles. It's a very unique city, man. There's something about that city. I don't know. It's something about the West Coast. I can't explain it. There's something that happens to you when you go to West Coast, especially when you go to California. It's some kind of magic there, dude. I don't know what it is. Like, you get like this boost of energy, like the vibration of the energy. Especially LA, such a big city. There's so much influence there in that big city. I can see why there's so many actors there, because the influence of becoming an actor in LA, it's just like, it is crazy, dude. There's just the vibrancy of that city. It's just so vibrant. The energy in that city is just vibrant. And there's so many distractions, beautiful women, just so many things. Bling bling, beautiful places to visit, like in Bel Air, Beverly Hills, Malibu, etc., Hollywood Hills. I mean, there's just so much there. There's so much there that, in LA, and the beautiful, Santa Monica, beach. San Francisco's good. San Francisco's good. The only thing I don't like about San Francisco is going up and down, Everything's up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, there are hills in LA. Sure, there's hills, bunch of hills in LA around the city, but everything else is flat in the middle of the city. That's what I like about LA. Yeah, there's hills around it. There's a bunch of hills around it, but everything else is flat. When you're like in the downtown, when you're like in the city, whether you go East LA, South LA, right? North Hollywood, right? Go to Beverly Hills. Yeah. Oh, there's all listed. California has beautiful cities. I mean, San Francisco is huge. It's beautiful. If you have to visit, you have to see it, man. It's just a beautiful city, man. A lot of history there. These are all iconic cities, like San Francisco, LA, very iconic. And New York City, of course, very iconic. But it's really like LA. It's super iconic because of the fact that it's an entertainment capital, and everybody kind of resonates with LA. Everybody wants to go out to Los Angeles. Ask anybody. As a matter of fact, they did a an interview with some Russian people who lives in Russia, and they asked these Russian younger people, "Where would you like to go?" "Oh, I would love to go to L.A., Los Angeles." Everybody wants to go to Los Angeles. Even the Russians, they want to go to Los Angeles. Everybody wants to go to L.A. Ask anybody. Ask Ukrainians. They'll tell you, "Yeah, we want to go to Los Angeles." It's a like an iconic city. It's such an iconic place. Uh, Geographically, it's positioned in such an iconic spot, right next to the big giant Pacific Ocean. You got south of you Baja, down at the Baja, down in Mexico. So it's like such an iconic place. And Las Vegas, it's not that far. You just go to Interstate 15 from California. You take Interstate 15, and the Interstate 15 will take you all the way to Las Vegas. Will take you straight, because I know I took that route. I rented a car and I drove all the way from Los Angeles to Las Vegas on Interstate 15. So there's so much there on that spot, and the Wild West. There's so much there, man. Yeah, the West Coast is definitely one of my favorite parts of the United States of America. I'll be just honest. Nothing against the South and the North and Midwest. It's all cool, but there's something magical about the West Coast. I can't explain it, dude. People say, "Why don't you live there? 'Cause it's too expensive." Believe me, I would love to live in the West Coast, but it's just too expensive, man. It's just I can't afford it. Like, I can't. I would love to, but it's just too expensive. But yeah, anyway, we gotta play. We gotta play a little bit of a Boosteroid, right? The Borderlands. We had a little bit of a conversation, right? A 54-minute conversation, because I haven't spoken to you guys in a while. So, hey, look at this. Look at this latency. Look how good it is, huh? Let's play, guys. Well, thanks to you, Brendan. Because of you, I would have never learned about the Boosteroid, and thanks to you, I became a partner with Boosteroid. Because actually, if you guys don't know this, Brendan was the one who got in touch with the Boosteroid, and he told them about me. I said, "Yeah, I know this guy. He's a friend of mine. He's a really good guy. Ed, Mr. 4K, you guys should definitely reach out to him and see if you want to do a partnership with him." So I'm glad that you did that, Brendan, because thanks to you, I found out about the Boosteroid. Honestly, I would have never known about the Boosteroid if it wasn't for you. So honestly, a big credit to Brendan for giving me heads up and letting me know about the Boosteroid. Because once I find out that the GeForce Now is putting all of these limitations, I was just like, oh my God, didn't I just waste $20? I just wasted $20 like for nothing. So thanks to you, man. Yeah, Jose, he did. It's a true story. Brendan did. Shuki can confirm it as well. Well, you can see it as well, Jose, because you are part of the Mr. 4K circle. You can go to circle. You can scroll up and you'll see the chat transcript. He did. He helped out, man. That was like 10 days ago. So yeah, credit to Brendan for that. He did help out, for sure, and I'm really grateful that he did help. Yeah. So here we are. Thank God. I'm on a Boosteroid now. If I get any like coupons and like any like special discounts with my name, I will make sure you guys have it. I will make sure you guys use it or give it to somebody so they can get a discount. You know, I just have to listen. I just have to wait for them to let me know. It really depends on the booster
It would be
weight.
nice to have someone else here besides my apprentice who hasn't taken an oath of non-violence. Speaking of which...
But once it becomes available for me, once you know, Boosteroid marketing team gives me these codes and whatnot under with my name, I'll be sure to hand it out to you guys because I want you, Boosteroid wants you, I want you to try out the Boosteroid for free at least for a month. Give it a try, you know, and then see how you like it. I think that's the best way for you to find out if you like it or not. Is giving a 1 month free or 7 day free or something like that. See, I don't know what kind of deals they're gonna give me, what kind of coupons they're gonna give me, but whatever deals and coupons they give me, like special offers, they will reach out to me. Don't worry. Probably during the holidays. I'm expecting probably around like the end of October, beginning of November, maybe even during October, they might reach out to me and they might give me some coupons. But once they do that, I'll be the first one to, of course, put out the link and everything, tell you how to redeem the codes, use my name, etc., etc. So I'm just waiting for them to like get in touch with me about that whenever the special offers happens. So you guys will be the first one to know about it. You guys will be able to take the advantage of it. You know. Yeah, 9000 series coming with a 9000 series Ryzen 9's coming with additional 42 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. When is it coming? I don't know. People have asked me this. It's probably by the end of this year or most likely beginning of 2026. So I will let you guys know. I really don't know right now. The plan is to have it roll out by the end of the year. That's what I was told. That's the plan. Now, just like any plan, doesn't mean it's going to work out if there's some complications, right? But that's the plan, to roll it out by the end of this year. By the end of, like, what do we got? 4 months left. 4 months left. By the end of this year, we got what? This month, October, November, December, like, 4 months left, and hopefully within 4 months they'll roll out the upgrade. But I'll keep you guys posted. I will let you know.
See you soon.
I love using a mouse and keyboard. I'm actually getting better and better with a mouse and keyboard, believe it or not. Well, the beauty about the Steam Deck OLED, you can use Boosteroid on Steam Deck, I believe, because it's a Linux. See, that's the beauty about the Boosteroid, Brandon. You can take that experience with you on a handheld, so you can enjoy this on a handheld. I believe you have to do it through Linux. You might have to look it up on the YouTube how to do it, but there is a way to actually play it on a Steam OLED. I have to actually try out the Asus ROG Ally, man. People have been asking me about, hey, when you gonna make the videos with a Boosteroid on Asus ROG Ally? And you know what? I need to work on those videos. People have been begging me, please do Asus ROG Ally Boosteroid. And honestly, I want to, because I want to take my Asus ROG Ally Boosteroid experience with me. So I will be working on those videos pretty soon with Boosteroid on Asus ROG Ally. Imagine how smooth that's going to be, man. With a 1080p, 120 hertz, you know. Alright, here we go. We got some more weapons here. Ammo. What is this? I got the sniper, so I'm ready. Ready. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do it. Come on. Let's do it. I'm waiting for my mech to be ready. It's not ready. Oh, there we go. Now we're ready. I was waiting for him to regenerate. The power. You have to be strategical in this game.
Clear out those troops. I'll be there soon. Just laying out some karmic realignment.
Come on, you big bastard. I got your number. Got you, you bastard.
Ducking down. Hold out for me.
Got him. Got him. Hell yeah. Yeah, and it's also, you know, with a handheld, it's a more smoother experience because you are on a smaller resolution and a higher frame rate, so you get much better latency. You also get a better performance as well. So, and you hold it in your hands. You know, it's kind of like a cool experience. And I think Boosteroid will really be a good candidate for testing it out on Asus ROG Ally. But I haven't used my Asus ROG Ally like in 6 months. God knows how many updates I have to go through. It's gonna take forever, dude. It'll take forever. So you guys might have to wait a little bit longer on those videos because it'll take a while for me to update and get everything up to date on the Asus ROG Ally. Possibly. They built a new condo. I hope that people don't think I'm playing a Borderlands 4. It's not Borderlands 4, it's Borderlands 3. Jesus Christ. They surrounded me. You bastards. You bastard. You bastards. How dare you. The bastards have surrounded me. Alright, bastards. You want to do this? You want to dance? You guys want to dance? Looks like they want to dance. So let's just make sure that they're properly dancing. All right. So let them dance properly. There you go. Dance on my tunes. All right. Let's meet with Maya. Beautiful Maya. Open the door, Maya. Please, open the door. While I eat my waffles. Damn. You like ballerina? Damn, Maya. You look like a ballerina. Oh, really? I'll check it out. I'll check it out today. Thank you for letting me know, Brandon. Hello, Maya.
So you're kicking ass with the Raiders. Guess Lilith had to replace me eventually. Ready for some more action?
Malawan's full of teched out nerds. Let's kick him in the dick.
Now, hold on. I got it.
So, follow me.
Hold
I'll
on.
meet up with my apprentice, if she hasn't gotten herself killed. The fragment's sealed inside an Iridian anchor hold. The whole monastery was built around it by monks who think it's sacred. Maybe it is, but right now, it's attracting the wrong kind of attention. I came back from Pandora to protect this place. That was working out pretty good until Malawan found us.
All right.
Attention, stupid pacifist monks! This is Oppressor Trot. It's not just a title, oppression is my profession. Athenas is now property of the Malawan Corporation.
Where'd she go?
No trespassing.
Oh, there she is. Hold on. I got to loot.
Ugh, that's Tron.
That's the whole point of this game. It's to loot.
So far, he hasn't been able to get into the anchor hold, but let's not rely on his incompetence.
Now, look, monks, I know you think I'm doing this because I enjoy terrorizing you, but it's actually to make my big brother proud of me. He's a general, you see, and I got a huge inferiority complex about it. So if I have to burn down your entire monastery to impress him, then so be it, you know? You get it, right? You get it.
Secure the square. Once it's safe, we'll ring the bell of peace so the monks can let us through.
Yes, Maya. You're the boss. Mom, bring it. Bring it, you bastards. They were trying to ambush me. That's not gonna work. You bastards. Jesus. Lord have mercy. Jesus. Help me, Maya. I'm right here. Thank you. Don't worry, Maya, I got this. Shit, I don't have this. I got it. Alright, let's rock and roll. Get these heavy dudes. Right. Go. Oh my god, this is insane, dude. This is like a Saving Private Ryan D-Day invasion. Lord, have mercy. Come on, help me. Help me. I'm not sure. That's something I'll have to look into. I'm kind of disappointed they're not getting Borderlands 4. You know, that's because of an exclusive deal that Nvidia has. The monopoly, you know. But they have, you know, Hell Is Us, that new game. They have Chronos. They have Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. So they have, you know, some pretty good lineup of new games. They got Mafia: The Old Country.
Grenades out!
I mean, I'm happy with what they have so far. I mean, they got Rockstar Games. They got Max Payne 3. They've got, you know, Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 4, Red Dead Redemption 2, Cyberpunk. They got a good amount of games for a small company, man. From Ukraine, I think it's pretty darn good. And at least their servers are working, unlike a big giant corporation like Nvidia. It's a total joke, man. Mr. Leather Jacket, you know, pulling out a super expensive, overrated GPU out of the oven with his leather jacket. Never. He's a snake oil guy. Jensen is a snake oil guy. He's the poster. He's the poster boy for like snake oil greedy salesmen. Can you guys believe it? 25% more boost in performance. Can you believe it? For only $2,000. It's only $2,000, folks. Folks, it's 25% in boost in performance with ray tracing. Folks, I just pulled this damn GPU out of the oven. I just pulled it out of the oven. It's still hot. What a joke, man. Lisa Sue is more conservative. She's more fair. Even the way she talks, the way she presents herself, more professional. Lisa Sue all the way, dude. AMD. The problem with Jensen, he's a chauvinist. It's all about the optics. Look at me, check me out, you know. Look at my snake oil greedy practices. No, thank you, man. Not interested in that. And he's not the only one. There's so many snake oil guys.
They couldn't hack it.
Listen, there's so many snake oil guys out there. He's not the only one, man. There's so many. But he's definitely the poster boy of snake oil. And of course, he's got a lot of support from his green fanboys. They're all like leaving comments on my videos instead of enjoying the Nvidia. I mean, I was like, why they're talking to me? Like, why you guys leaving the comments on my channel? Aren't you guys supposed to be busy, like, playing your game? Thank you. I mean, for real. All they do is just brag about their NVIDIA. I was like, you guys are just leaving me comments bragging about your NVIDIA. Aren't you supposed to be playing it with that lousy 100 hours? Oh, they cannot play. That's right. Because the servers are not working. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, really? Well, that's why you pay $20. To be limited and not to be able to access the servers. I know, man. It's ridiculous, man. Hey, look, I don't care where you play, dude. But just don't tell me that the NVIDIA is the greatest thing of all time, because it's not. Just don't tell me that 100 hours it's more than enough, because it's not. You know, that's all I'm saying to people is this, dude. I don't care where you play on. I don't care what you love. Pick and choose, man. But just don't feed me this propaganda, this narrative that the NVIDIA is the best cloud service. NVIDIA this. No, dude. Just don't feed me that propaganda, man. You know. Because if it's so great, then why aren't you enjoying it? Why aren't you playing it? Oh, you can't. That's right, because they only have like 4 servers, and those 4 servers are not working. And they only have 4 servers in North America, and 2 servers in Europe. In France and Germany, only 2 servers in Europe. Are you kidding me? Boosteroid has more servers than GeForce Now. How laughable is that? A small company from Ukraine, from Kiev, has more servers in North America and Europe than GeForce Now. It's laughable. Dude, NVIDIA is just laughable right now. I'm laughing my ass off. I really am, dude. You can't see it through these glasses, but I'm laughing my ass off. A multi-billion-dollar company. Struggling with servers, man. Come on, man. What a joke. Pure joke, man. We don't know what we're talking about. Of course it's going to say that. That's what they all say. Because that's the only thing they have left in their vocabulary. They can't bring out any like legitimate argument. Because they have no legitimate argument. All they have is just like a broken CD record repeating themselves. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here telling everybody that Boosteroid is the greatest thing of all time. Go and sign up. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show people the comparison. What they're getting with GeForce Now and what they're getting with Boosteroid. I'm trying to show the contrast, differences between the two. And that's what these green clowns don't seem to understand. Like, they can't seem to register that in their heads. These green clowns. I call them green clowns. I'm trying to show you the difference. The money that you're saving with Boosteroid versus the money you're spending on GeForce Now. I'm trying to show you the facts. I'm laying out. I don't care where you play, dude. I really don't care where you play. They think that I care. I don't care where you play. It really has no benefits to me where you play. Okay? I don't care. I don't get paid. I don't get a big fat paycheck if you pay on GeForce Now, nor do I get a big fat paycheck if you play on a Boosteroid. I'm only helping Boosteroid. I'm not like getting any perks from Boosteroid. I'm just helping them out, promoting them, because I want to promote a company that's doing it right by customers, that they're doing it right by the consumers. And I'm trying to lay out the facts. I'm trying to show you the differences between the two. But no, these green little fanboys, oh, you need to connect to a better server. And I tried. I tried to connect to New Jersey server, nothing. I tried to connect to the West Coast server, nothing. It doesn't work. Okay? Okay? Even my Florida server was not working. Okay? But, you know, it's just you wasting, you know, it's like a waste of time, dude. Talking to them really is. It's a waste of time, dude. Like, you can't have like a mature conversation with these individuals because they're just beating that same propaganda drum, you know. GeForce Now is the greatest thing. How can it be the greatest thing, dude, if you're limited? If you're having a limited experience? How is this a greatest thing? That would be like me saying, hey, why don't you sign up for Netflix? And Netflix will give you a limited viewing options. For only $37 a month, you can only watch 100 hours. That's it, 100 hours a month. If you go above that 100 hours a month, we will charge you an additional $50. There will be a $50 fee for every 2 hours that you go above. How many people would stay signed up with the Netflix? I know I'm exaggerating. It's an exaggeration, but I'm using the one exaggeration just to kind of make my point. Imagine if Netflix was doing that. If they were charging you $37 a month, well, $40 a month. $40 a month, plus an additional $50 if you go above your 100-hour limit. If you go above 2 hours of your 100-hour limit during the month. Who would be staying with Netflix with that kind of limitations? Oh, and if you want part of your family member to be part of the Netflix, that will be an additional $20. So now you will be paying $50 a month plus an additional $50 penalty if you go above 100 hours of your watch time limit. So you're going to end up paying $150, $200 a month just for Netflix. Who the hell would stay with Netflix, dude? So it's the kind of same thing with the NVIDIA GeForce Now. This is what I'm trying to like make a contrast difference between these two companies, between these two services. That's because you can see that difference, Shuki. When it comes to performance, when it comes to frames per second, 10 frames up and down, you're not gonna tell a difference, dude. It's hard to tell a difference. With 5 frames up and down, 10 frames up and down, you're not gonna notice that much of a difference. Even 20 frames up and down, that's not consistent. You're not going to see that difference. But, of course, somebody who wants to justify 5080 and how much money they spent on that 5080, they will try to justify it and they will tell you, no, I can tell a difference. 10 frames more up, I can tell a difference. Or 20 frames more up, I can tell a difference. My eyes have this X-ray Superman eyes, and I can tell a difference when it goes up and down, up and down. I can tell. That's because I want to justify my NVIDIA GPU. Dude, it's just pathetic, bro. Hold on. I gotta finish my... Man, this is a tough fight. I gotta finish my my waffle. Fanboys, oh my god, man. Am I so lucky that my channel always has to end up with these fanboys? Whether it's me fighting the Google Stadia fanboys, PlayStation fanboys, Xbox fanboys, PC Master Race fanboys, NVIDIA fanboys, AMD fanboys. Fanboys everywhere, man. And then there's the list of fanboys that hates me with passion. I have those fanboys as well. They can't help themselves. They got to go promote me on Rumble. Thank you for the free advertisement. Please promote me. Why don't you promote me while I eat this beautiful, delicious waffle? Huh? Promote me. Put a big photo on your profile of me eating this waffle. Promote my ass for free. Why don't you do that? Get back to work and promote the master. The master. Right. I'm the goddamn master. Get back to work. You motherfuckers will be working overtime on Rumble this weekend. Overtime. Thank you, Brandon. I know Shuki told me. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for defending me. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. But, you know, they're only helping me out, man. They're giving me a free advertisement. Honestly, it's like I told this one guy came in. He's from UK. And he keeps repeating the same thing like a broken record, like some kind of a Karen broken troll. And I said, hey, mate, I know you're from UK and I know who you are, but I just want to let you know, dude. I know you're coming in to troll me, but just remember, every time you leave a comment and you troll me, and every time I reply to you, I earn a revenue from that comment. You make me revenue. It's called the chat revenue. Chat rate. Chat revenue. How many comments did you get, Mr. 4K? The more comments I have, the better it is for me to make money. I get more attention. The more people talk about me, the more attention I get. So you guys are doing a free advertisement for me. So go ahead. Do me a favor. Get back to work and work for free. Make me money. But you know what? I was still kind enough to explain to this guy, because I know who he is. I was kind enough to explain to him why I have this nickname, Mr. 4K. And I explained to him that I've been doing this for 12 years and why I have this nickname and why I don't upload in 4K, why I upload only in 1080p. Okay, and I explained everything to him, but he didn't care because he's a troll. He is here to troll. Okay, you know, whoever is behind him that's telling him what to do, which I know who's behind telling him what to do, but I'm not going to mention people's names here. Brendan knows as well who is who. Everybody here knows who's doing what. And I know who's doing what. But I don't care. You see, what you need to understand is I know everything. I know who's doing what. Okay? But you guys are doing me a great deal of favor by helping me out, by promoting me. That means if you're talking about me, that means that I'm doing something right and you're helping me grow this channel. So thank you. I appreciate it. Spread some more word about me on Rumble and other places and Kick. Kick, yeah, make sure you talk about me on the Kick. Don't just stay in a Rumble. Kick as well. Twitch, everywhere. That's right. You need to make a dedicated Reddit, subreddit just for me. You need to make dedicated Facebook groups just for me. So get back to work. Some free advertisements for me. Thank you. Because why? Because I'm the master. That's why. And the worst part is they think I care. Like, dude, I don't care. I'm just letting them know that I appreciate them doing a free advertisement for me. Thank you. I mean, appreciate it. Thanks so much. Normally you have to pay. You know that, right? To advertise you have to pay. It's not cheap, it's expensive. To have somebody advertise for you, man, it costs money. You have to pay for advertisement. In this case, I don't have to pay for the advertisement. Because the advertisement, it's being advertised for me for free. I mean, I get the free advertisement, free recognition. I couldn't be more happier. And now with the Boosteroid partner, I'll get even more recognition. And now me talking about GeForce Now, exposing GeForce Now and NVIDIA, I'll get even more recognition. Yeah, I'll get even more people to talk about me. So that's how you grow a channel. Let them talk. The more they talk, the better it is for me. And people say, why am I exposing NVIDIA? Because that's what you're supposed to do as a consumer. When company is doing anti-consumer business practices, you have to expose them, and you have to, like any good journalist, I don't call myself a journalist, I'm a consumer, but let's say I was a journalist, that's what you do. You expose them for their bad business practices. I'm just a YouTuber, but I'm also a consumer because I did sign up with GeForce Now, so therefore I can talk about them because I did give them my money, and I'm giving them my feedback. You want my feedback, GeForce Now? Well, I gave you my feedback, okay? But the green fanboys that don't like the feedback because it's a negative feedback and reflects negatively on the company. Well, that's their problem. Maybe they should fix it. Maybe they shouldn't put any time limits on how much can you play. Maybe they should have running servers for 5080. Okay? Maybe they should do that. Maybe they should make sure that they're doing things right by the consumers instead of being so greedy. But since we all know they're greedy and they don't care about the consumers, they never did, they never will. Look, J2 Sense exposed them. Okay, a big top dogs like J2 Sense has exposed NVIDIA. Nexus has exposed NVIDIA with the feedback. And it's not so much the exposure, it's the facts. Like when J2 Sense, when he exposes the NVIDIA and like how much they're charging for the 5070 Ti, right? Versus when you can get a better deal with a 9060 or 9070 RX. He's like, why the hell would you want to go with a 5070 Ti for the amount of money that they're charging you? So, or with its 7900 XT or 5080, or I'm sorry, XTX 79 like 7900 XTX versus 5080. It's a good example. Look how much money Shuki has saved, and even J2 Sense talked about that. You're gonna get close to same performance. Yes, ray tracing, it's not as good, but who cares? Is ray tracing really that important to you? But you still get a close to performance of the 5080, and with the FSR4 frame generation on, but you save a bunch of more money. You save a bunch of more money, and you get a equal close to performance of that 5080. So why not save the money? Why waste your money on something that you're not going to see that difference? You're going to waste $700 extra to get the 5080. I'm sorry, 600, well, plus tax, 700. You have to pay a tax, right? So you have to pay a tax. So you're looking at let's say roughly extra $700. Instead, you can pay $850 for 7900 XTX with a 24 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM. So why would I want to waste $700 extra for 5080 when I know I can have a close to same performance with a 7900 XTX with 24 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM, which is more than enough to handle the graphics, state-of-the-art graphics, all the upcoming Unreal Engine 5s, right? Shuki, I didn't care about ray tracing since it was first introduced with 2070 and 2080. I did the unboxing videos. You can go look it up. With the Battlefield, was it Battlefield 5 or something? Or Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5? I think it was Battlefield 1. With Battlefield 1, when it was first introduced, I think it was 2017. You can go look it up. Type in Mr. 4K Upscaler, RTX 2070 and 2080. Okay? And you will see that I didn't care about it. Back then, when it was first introduced with 2070 and 2080, I didn't care about it back then, and I sure as hell don't care about it right now. Same thing on the consoles. I don't care about it even on the consoles. So it was never really a deal breaker for me. All it does is slows down the performance. Like Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I was playing. When you put on the ray tracing, it just slows down that performance. Why would I want to do that? And first of all, you don't see anything. You see some reflection here and there. Like, who cares, dude? I don't care about the reflection. I'm too busy, man. Ninja Gaiden's too busy. He needs the performance. Same thing in the Call of Duty. Same thing in the Battlefield, man. You don't have time to be standing there looking at the ray tracing. You're too focused on, fighting the opponents, because it's a very fast-paced, competitive game. Same thing with Call of Duty. It's a fast-paced. So the ray tracing, I never gave a crap about the ray tracing back then in 2017. I sure as hell don't give a crap about it right now. But who gives a crap? Well, the green fanboys. The green fanboys give a crap. Don't say that. Don't say that to the green fanboys. The green fanboys will tell you what a drastic difference. Oh, you're missing out. You're missing out. No, I'm not missing out anything. Clearly, as you can see, watching my videos and live streams, I don't miss nothing. I enjoy. Okay? But I sure as hell, I'm not going to waste my money and give it to some greedy company that doesn't care about the consumers. Why the hell would I want to do that? Oh, but the Boosteroid latency is terrible. It's terrible. Yes, it's so terrible I can't play it. With its 23 milliseconds. But on GeForce Now, it's so much better. Dude, I was getting 20 milliseconds on GeForce Now. Like, what are these green clowns talking about? I was getting 20 milliseconds on GeForce Now. But no, they're gonna tell it. No, you will notice the difference between 20 milliseconds and 23 milliseconds. Their arguments are so pathetic, man. The arguments that these guys are making are so pathetic and unrealistic. It's like I don't even want to reply to them, honestly, because it's just a waste of my time, dude. Just even replying to such stupid comments. Oh, but that extra 3 milliseconds will make a difference. No, it won't, because you won't notice it. Between 20 and 23. You know. Hey, what's up, Anton? Yeah, but that's, you gotta have money for that, And I don't have that kind of money, Anton, But if you have the money to do it, I know people who do it actually, who set up their own servers. But yeah, you can do that as well. You can set up your own servers, but then again, you need a really good internet. You need a PC setup to do it. Your electrical bill is going to be expensive. It's just, for me, that would be expensive. I can't afford that, But if you can afford it, if you guys can do it, I mean, I know people who do it actually, who have the money and they can do it. Yeah, go for it, I know people who actually watch movies like that. They have their own servers, and they got like thousands of movies, and then they access their server from anywhere, and they watch those movies. But for the video games, it's a little bit different. You're gonna need a really good internet. You're gonna need a pretty good PC to handle that. But it would be nice, but I don't have that kind of a dude. I can't even afford to buy a Borderlands 4, man. How you gonna expect me to run my own servers, dude? I'm debating about $60 for a game, dude. That's how bad my situation is, brother. But if people can do it, go for it, man.
Coast's clear. When we're not at war, the bells of peace ring all hours of the day and night. Kind of a nightmare, honestly.
Well, AMD Ryzen 9 is coming, Anton. 9000 series AMD is coming. I just don't know when. The plan is to have it by the end of the year with a Ryzen 9 and 9000 series GPU and 42 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. But when it's going to be available, I don't know. They haven't told me anything yet because they don't know. But they said they want to. The plan is to have it roll out by the end of this year. That's the plan. That is their plan to have it. That's the last I heard. They told me the last I heard from them was the plan is to have it roll out by the end of this year. But they can't really guarantee that because they don't know, you know, things change. They're still doing testings on those virtual machines. So we might not see it by the end of this year. We might see it maybe beginning of 2026. Like the first 3 months maybe, or the first quarter of 2026. So I'm just being honest with you guys. So we might not see the upgrade till maybe first quarter of 2026. But if anything changes, I will let you guys know. They will let me know for sure.
Well, Malawan's still occupying Athenas, but at least the fragment's safe. That's gonna have to be good enough for now. The people of Athenas are gonna have to fend for themselves for a little while. More important things at stake.
Well, there's a PC shadow for that. You know, if that's what you want to do, Anton, there's a PC shadow. But that's why you got to pay more money for PC shadow. That's why it's so expensive. You got to remember, they would love to bring all of these games. It's not like they don't want to. You know, you got to be realistic, dude. It's a small company, all right? And licensing costs money because companies make deals with certain publishers. Like, look at NVIDIA. They made a deal with Gearbox Software. So Borderlands 4, you can only play it now on the GeForce Now because they have a special deal promotion with GeForce Now. So you got to remember, man, it costs money to pay for all the licensing. You know, that's not an easy thing to do. I know you're suggesting that, but I'm also, you know, I want people to understand. Let's be realistic here. Yes, it would be nice if I could play every game, if all the games could be played, but people also have to be realistic, you know. I would love to have a Bentley, you know. I would like to drive a Ferrari. I would love to have, like, Victoria's Secret girls rubbing their, you know, lotion on my chest, you know. But it's not going to happen. So it's like, you know, I like to keep it real. I always tell people, let's be realistic. Let's look at what the Boosteroid is versus what these other guys are. These other guys are big corporations. Like NVIDIA can do that. Like, Anton, that's something you should tell NVIDIA. NVIDIA can do that because NVIDIA is a huge corporation. They can easily make deals with these publishers and they could have every game available to install. But they're not doing that. Why do you think they're not doing that? Because they're a big corporation, greedy company. Okay? This is a small company. Like I said, this is a small company from Ukraine, okay, from Kiev, war-torn country, one of the worst war we have seen since World War I. Over 1.7 million casualties, all right? So, and they're still dealing with that war. And they're doing the best they can to bring this service, to operate this service through their partners in Europe and here in North America. Obviously, it costs money. It's not something they can just, you know, they don't have that kind of money, that kind of capital to be able to, if they could, they would. Believe me, they would, but it costs money to get a license, man, to get a deal or a special contract deal for like a few years to have some of these games run on, their cloud service. But these big corporations like Nvidia, they can do it because they have money. These are the small guys versus the big giant behemoths like Nvidia, multi-billion-dollar company. They can easily have the publishers deals, licensing. They can get all the games available, but they don't want to do that. Why? Because Nvidia's interest it's on making money, not on losing money. Okay, they're not in interest of doing it right by the consumer. If they wanted to do it right by the consumer, they wouldn't be putting any time limits. If they wanted to do it right by the consumer, they, wouldn't be charging you $20 a month. So you got to remember, I understand what you're saying, but also I have to put things in perspective. We have to be realistic. We have to stick to the facts. And I always tell people, it's a one thing to have a wishful thinking, but it's another thing to be realistic. We have to be realistic about what the Boosteroid is versus what GeForce. It's like Godzilla versus Bambi. Bambi is the Boosteroid and Nvidia is the Godzilla. It's kind of like that. That's the contrast differences. But the Bambi, it's still doing a better job bringing you a better deal, a better, more user budget friendly consumer option than what the big behemoth giant green Godzilla Nvidia is doing. So, and I think this is what I try to bring to the contrast between the two companies. This is what I try to lay out there for everybody to see. Facts only. And the problem is the GeForce Now fanboys, they can't seem to see that. Because they don't want to accept the reality of the fact. Okay? They don't want to accept the facts. All right? They're going to make up some excuses and say, yeah, 100 hours is all I need. And if I need to pay an extra $6, $7 for 15 hours, that's fine too. If I have to pay $36 a month or $40 a month, that's okay too. So they're making excuses for the company. I know the servers are not working, but it'll get better. I still prefer to pay $40 a month. When $40 a month, you could have Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Plus and have a far better experience. Correct? Can we all agree on that? If you have a console, for $20 on the Game Pass and $20 on the PlayStation Plus, you will get a far better deal. But when you are a fanboy, you will always drive the narrative with some sort of an excuse to, have some sort of excuse for X, Y, and Z, why the Nvidia is doing this and that. To make it, it's an excuse, really. That's what they're doing. They're ignoring the facts and they're just talking about the excuse. Nobody likes limitations. No gamer that I know of likes the limitations or likes to be limited. Ooh, oh my God, how many hours I have left? Jesus, it's been 1 hour and 55 minutes. Oh my God. Oh my God. That means I only have what? 86 hours left. Oh, panic attack. I don't want that. Yeah, it's a licensing problem, Anton. That's the issue. And it's expensive too. I mean, for example, look at EA and Amazon. Look at this monopoly. If you want to play EA Sports on the cloud, well, Amazon Luna. Right? I mean, it really sucks. And you have to pay a monthly membership for Amazon Luna, and then you have to purchase the game. Think about that. Think about that monopoly. How bad it is, bro. How anti-consumer the whole deal between Amazon, Luna, and EA Sports, Electronic Arts is. You have to pay for their membership plan, and on top of paying for their membership plan for Amazon Luna, you also have to purchase a game which costs $69, $70 or whatever edition you get, or you'll have to purchase a EA Play Pro, which is additional $17 plus an additional whatever you got to pay for the Amazon Luna, just so you can play Madden and FIFA FC 26 on Amazon Luna on the cloud. It's anti-consumer, man. But that's the business, man. That's the capitalism, bro. That's how it works. Welcome to America. Welcome to the United States of America. This is capitalism, bro. This is the way it works. You might not like it, and that's okay. You don't have to like it. That's why we have competition, Anton. That's why we have companies like Boosteroid. That's the beauty about the capitalism. Yes, there's going to be greedy companies out there who are going to do shitty anti-consumer business practices. Yes, there's going to be companies out there who will do shitty anti-consumer practices. But this is why we have competition. So this is where competition comes in. And Boosteroid is like, okay, you guys doing that? Well, we're not doing that. And that's how, that's the beauty about the capitalism. If you want to sell an ice cream for like $10, cone of ice cream for $10 with strawberry and vanilla, guess what? I will sell it for $4. So who's going to purchase ice cream with strawberry and vanilla on a cone? Are they going to purchase it from you for $10, or are they going to purchase it from me for $4? We all know the answer. They're going to purchase it from me for $4. So this is the beauty about the capitalism, is the competition. This is where the competition comes in. All right, you're doing this shady deals. Well, we're not going to do those shady deals. Like, look at Microsoft and Xbox, Game Pass. PlayStation doesn't have day one releases. It would be nice if PlayStation had day one releases on their exclusives, right? But that's where Microsoft comes in. Microsoft like, okay, well, you guys are not doing that. Well, we will do that. And it seems to be working quite well for Microsoft, for Xbox, because people love the ability to be able to play games like Black Ops 7 and Ninja Gaiden 4 and all the upcoming games, first-party games, even Gears of War Reloaded, it's included. This is the advantage that the Game Pass has. Even Phil Spencer says, we don't want to do those slimy things that the other guys are doing. And yes, he was referring to PlayStation. Then Sean Layden came out and says, oh, no, we don't do those shady things. Well, of course they do. PlayStation does a lot of shady things. So does the Microsoft, but the Microsoft also is doing it right by the consumers. You can criticize Microsoft, sure, and Xbox for canceling some of the studios and developers. But at the same time, we have to look at statistically on the facts. And the statistic facts are that they're also doing it right by the consumers. If you look at the Game Pass and PlayStation Plus, the clear winner is the Game Pass. There's no question about that. The clear winner is the Game Pass. Game Pass wins all the way, Anton. Well, there you go. Game Pass and Boosteroid, Anton. Think about it. You get to play where you want to play. And Phil Spencer did promise to Boosteroid that he would release all of these games soon. They will be included, Not right away, because there's still some licensing issues, as you understand. They can't, like Phil Spencer would love to release all of his Game Pass games, but there's still some licensing contract issues that they have to sort out with other games, right? Because of the contract that they signed, licensing contract. But as soon as that contract expires, trust me, man, Phil Spencer did say he will bring majority of these Game Pass games to Boosteroid, and you'll have more access, so that's good to know that the Game Pass is doing that. At least Phil Spencer is doing that. EA is not doing that because EA is greedy. EA is making deals with the Amazon because they don't care about me and you and consumers. They only care about this. And this is why, I support this company. And I told you this, Antoine. This is one of the reasons why I started supporting them. I'm not getting any benefits from Boosteroid. You guys know that. I pay for this. I'm supporting them. I'm not playing this for free. They're not giving me like, here, play for free. I'm doing this to help them. So I want people to understand. People who think, oh, he must be sponsored up to his eyeballs. No. They're not paying me money. They're not, giving me stuff for free. Okay, I'm paying out of my own pocket for this service to help them. That's the reason why I'm doing this. And I think it's important for everybody to understand this. Why am I helping them? Because I want to help a company that I believe in. I believe in, and I told you this, Anton, many times before. I believe in this company. I believe in what they're doing because they are consumer friendly. Yes, they want to make money as well, like any business. But the way they're making money, they're doing it right by the consumer. And any company that's doing it right by the consumer, I will always support. They will always have my support if they're doing it right by the consumer. Anti-consumer companies, they'll never see a penny from me. Not one penny. Anti-consumer companies are just so greedy, begging for more money. They'll never see a penny from me. So that's what this whole thing is about. People who are just like, what's with all the Boosteroid, all these banners, Boosteroid banners? Trying to help them break the ice so more people are aware of... how many people right now, they're aware because of me about Boosteroid? Even you signed up, Antoine. A lot of people now are getting more awareness because of me. That's because I want to help them. I want to break the ice so people know that, hey, it's not just the GeForce now. It's not be-all, end-all GeForce now. There is Boosteroid, and they're doing it right for the consumer. It's not perfect. Sure, they don't have everything, but at least they're doing the best they can with what they have to do it right for the consumer. Oh yeah, Antoine, with
your session will be terminated.
Trust me, you'll see. Here's what. I'll let you in on a little secret. What the Boosteroid is doing right now. What they're doing right now. Their focus is data centers, and they're trying to make sure that they fix these data centers to as lowest. That's actually that they told me this. Their main focus right now is to make sure that these data centers have the lowest possible latency. That's their focus because they know the latency means everything. When it comes to the cloud, latency is the key, whether you will be successful or unsuccessful. So their main focus right now, step one, is to get the latency. Work on that latency. Make sure that when you connect to that data center, you have the best possible latency. Okay, so that's number one, what they're doing. That's the step one. Step two is rolling out these GPUs, 9070s and AMD Ryzen 9 9000 series CPUs with 42 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. And once they start rolling out those virtual machines with a lowest possible latency, you'll see next year, Anton, next year of 2026, you'll see how good it runs. You'll see next year, my prediction, next year, you'll see a lot of people say, I don't know, man, I've been on NVIDIA, but I got to tell you, these guys at the Boosteroid, man, for $9.89 with this excellent AMD high-end CPU and GPU from AMD with this additional 42 gigs of RAM and this low input lag latency for only $9.89. I don't know. They might say, I love NVIDIA. Yeah, I love NVIDIA. But, man, this is attractive as well. This purple Boosteroid, it's attractive as well. And you'll see. You'll see that next year. The Game Pass will play a huge role. To be able to play Black Ops 7, all of the Call of Duty games, Forza Horizon, upcoming Forza Horizon 6 that's coming, to be able to play all of these games from Game Pass on a super high-end AMD rigs with a low latency and low input lag. I think next year, 2026, we'll see Boosteroid really grow. I know that the NVIDIA has the advantage right now because of the 5080. Sure, it's a high demand. Everybody's on NVIDIA. I get that. I understand. But Boosteroid, I'm telling you, keep an eye on the Boosteroid 2026. First quarter, Anton, just keep an eye on the first quarter of 2026. First quarter of 2026, you will see like what Boosteroid's going to be doing. And they have a great partnership. I know this for a fact, actually, Anton. I know for a fact that they have a great partnership with Lisa Su with the AMD. And that's great. So the AMD will give them the best of the best. So don't worry, like you'll be getting the best of the best from AMD in terms of CPU and GPU. And you will have that additional memory RAM that you need to run these games in the best possible way. So that's coming. So now the only problem right now, and I agree with you, that's the issue. The lack of games that you like. Let's say you got an extra 150 games on your Steam, and those 150 games you cannot play because they don't have the license. You know, to be able to install the games you own would be a game changer. I agree, absolutely, Anton. You know, that would be the game changer. There's no question about that. But that's something they said on an interview. There was an interview. This one guy, his name is Vlad something. He is part of the Boosteroid. His name is Vlad. He did an interview podcast with those other two guys. Forgot their names. They're all about the cloud gaming channel. And the guy's name, it's Vlad. He's from Ukraine. His name is Vlad, and he's part of the Boosteroid. He's a Boosteroid representative. His name is Vlad. Vlad means Vladimir. And he said they would love to do that. And this question has been asked. Believe me, Anton, this question has been asked, and he said, yeah, I mean, we know how important it is for people to be able to play the games that they own on these high-end virtual machines and take those games with them everywhere they go. And they said they're working on that, actually. If I'm not mistaken, Anton, the good news is they're working on that. So that shows you how dedicated they are. They are working on that. And that's good. At least they're working on it. They're trying. They cannot promise us that they'll be able to bring every single game, but at least they're trying and they're working on it. So that's good. That's the good attitude that they have. The good attitude that they have is they're listening to the community. And that's what I like about them. They are listening to the feedback. They have a 24/7 chat support. They have a Discord. You can always get in touch with them. And they watch these videos. They watch these live streams like mine and others. And they do take questions and the feedback. They take it seriously. And they do look at the feedback. So the good news is that they are listening to the community, what the community wants. And that's good. That's another bonus, 2 thumbs up for Boosteroid versus NVIDIA GeForce Now. Nobody asked for a time limit. Did anybody ask for time limit? I can't think of anybody asking for time limit. But they did it anyway, the beginning of this year, right? The beginning of 2025. They did it anyway. They didn't ask me. They didn't ask you, hey, are you guys okay with a time limit of 100 hours, paying $20 a month? They never asked any of us how we feel about it. Are we okay with a 100 hours limit? Nope. They didn't care. They did it anyway. They did it anyway. So this is the major difference between Boosteroid and a big giant corporation like NVIDIA GeForce Now. Or as I like to call it, NVIDIA GeForce Limited Now. NVIDIA GeForce Limited now. Just remember that. There's a new nickname. This is the new nickname. The new nickname that I created. Actually, yesterday I created this nickname. It's called NVIDIA's GeForce Limited now. NVIDIA's GeForce Limited now. I love it that it's limited. Servers are limited. You can't access them. The playtime, it's limited. But they'll take your money. That's not limited. They'll gladly grab your cash. They'll take your cash. Give me that. They'll gladly take your cash.
Activity in 2 minutes.
But everything else is limited. However, the money is not limited. They'll take your money as much as they want. Well, greedy NVIDIA, or as I like to call it, there's two nicknames. There's NVIDIA's greed, and then NVIDIA's GeForce Limited now. So there's two nicknames that I created yesterday. NVIDIA's greed and GeForce Limited now. So that's basically the two nicknames that I created yesterday. And it's pretty cool. Ingredia. I like it. Ingredia. 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 No, that sounds great. Ingredia. Ingredia. Such a cool name, man. I like that. It's pretty cool. All right, that goes to you. Ingredia 100 limit. 100-hour limit. Ingredia. Anyway, it needs to be that, like that growling, evil, demonic voice. Ingredia 100-hour limit. No one should support them. No one. Nobody. Unless you're NVIDIA fanboy. Anyway, let's continue, man. Oh, I know what they're thinking. They're thinking how to squeeze money out of your wallet. That's what they're thinking. How can I drain your wallet like a mistress? You know, like those mistresses? How can I drain the money out of your wallet? That's right. The guy with the jacket. The guy with the leather jacket. And we have a fanboy here. His name is Jose. I have to let you know, Jose is a huge Jensen fanboy. I'm sure he's got a leather jacket somewhere in his closet.
Oh, got a nade for him.
You see, he's a secret fanboy of NVIDIA. Don't let Jose fool you, man. He's a one of those like NVIDIA spies, you know, undercover NVIDIA spies. You gotta be careful, man. Watch out. That's right. I'm telling you. I already know. I've blown your cover, Jose. Look how green capital letters that Desperado 191 is. It's representing NVIDIA. Everybody's green over here. I don't like it. Why is everybody green? It should be red.
Bumping noises as the old sanctuary.
what happens is you got to pay more money. You got to pay additional, what was it, $6 and how many cents, Shuki? Shuki knows how many cents. He keeps tracks on that. He's my financial advisor for NVIDIA. It's like $6 and, Shuki, how much is it? $6.70 or $6.89 for 15 hours additional playtime you have to pay? Shuki, can you look it up? How much is it? I know Shuki, he looked this up. Shuki knows. It's $6 something. But I don't think it's going to stay at $6. It's probably going to go up to like $10.
Hope the people of the
15
Phoenix are
hours,
all right.
$10. I wouldn't surprise me if they raised the price to like $10 for 15 hours. 15 hours, dude? Are you kidding me? $10? $6.46 for 15 hours. Dude, 15 hours in one day, bro. It's done. Done. That's $6.46 down the
Science
toilet
says it's
in
been
one
this
day.
many
Down the
nanoseconds
toilet in
since
one day.
Claptrap's last screw up. Just saying. Still can't believe what Tyrene did to Lilith. When we catch up to that bitch, there's gonna be a reckoning.
So you're already paying $26. And you know you're going to go through that 15 hours in one day, 2 days. So you still need to pay another $6 for another 2 days. And another 2 days. So you'd be looking at like $40 to $50 to like $60, bro. A month. It's not bad enough that you have to pay for these games. It's not bad enough that you have to pay $20 a month. It's not bad enough that there's a time limit. But on top of the time limit, you still have to pay this additional $6.46. And on top of everything else, you cannot access the 5080 RTX 5080 servers. Oh my God. The snake oil.
Malawon's still occupying
The
a piece,
snake
but
oil
the fragment's
Jensen's
safe. It's gonna
jacket.
have to be good enough
Oh
for
my
now.
God. Bro, Jensen has to be a poster boy for snake oil salesman with his leather jacket. Oh my God. Dude, this guy is like a poster boy with that leather jacket. How much do you think he spent on that leather jacket? And you know who paid for that leather
This
jacket?
ship is impressive. Not nearly as many oil stains and thumping noises as the old sanctuary.
You know who paid for that leather jacket? You guys know who? NVIDIA fanboys. That's right. They paid for that jacket. For that leather jacket. Oh yeah. NVIDIA fanboys. They gladly simped. They gladly simped by buying all those super expensive GPUs.
Athena's
Oh
will
yeah.
always be my home.
They paid for that. For
Almost
that
miss
jacket
Pandora.
for sure.
Almost.
Well, I contributed as well. I have to admit. I did buy a bunch of NVIDIA GPUs. So I have to be honest. I can't escape from this. I have to own up to it. I did contribute to NVIDIA. I mean, look, we have to be transparent. It's all about transparency. I did contribute, so I'm, guilty of that as well. We paid. We did. We all simped. We all simped for Jensen. And so did Jose, of course. Jose probably paid the most.
Malawon's still
Jose
occupying a
simped
piece,
out the
but at least
most.
the fragment's safe.
He simped
It's gonna have
out
to be
the
good
most
enough
for
for now.
that leather jacket for Jensen. Well, there you go, Antoine. We all did, man. We all did. I used to be an NVIDIA fanboy myself. People need to understand, I'm an ex-NVIDIA fanboy. All right? People need to understand that. And I'm not even hiding that fact. Like, it's just like, I think people should know. What do we got to do here? Hold on. Oh, I see. Open the door, man. We got to get in.
Naya, where's the little one?
Probably finding trouble.
Finding trouble, or causing it. May the six storms protect you.
Ugh, he's right. I should check on my apprentice. Ava, are you still guarding the library?
Maya! Hey! Yes, I am definitely at the library, because you told me to stay there. Here? Because it's where I still am. That was a book. Gotta go, bye!
Ugh. Keeping Ava in one place is like holding on to Quicksilver. But that's why I took her in. Either she was going to get herself killed, or maybe I could train her to, you know, survive.
Who stole it? Vin Diesel, Toretto, with his little Honda Civics. It was probably Toretto.
We're gonna downsize your stupidly serene planet. That means we're gonna blow it up. God, I love this company.
Speaking of Vin Diesel, he's making another Fast and the Furious. Jesus. How long is he going to be making these Fast and the Furious? Jesus Christ. I'm going to die of old age. There's going to be a Fast and the Furious. $500,000, that's a lot. It's got to be Toretto. Till he is 100. What's up? What's up? He can't even speak properly. What's his vocabulary? What's up? What's up? With his microphone. What's up? That's all he had to say. He was on this like a hip hop concert with like thousands of people. Like there was a huge stadium of thousands of people in a crowd. And all he had to say was this. What's up? What's up? Yo, really, dude? I'm 58 years old. Oh, he's almost 60, bro. He's almost like a Kojak. Who loves you, baby? With a lollipop. Give him a lollipop. He should play a Kojak. I'm telling you, man. I mean, if I was his agent saying, listen, you're almost 60 years old, man. Be done with this Fast and the Furious. Time for a Kojak TV show. Kojak. Telly Savalas, man. Come on. He looks like Telly Savalas. I'm telling you, Kojak. Maybe he can say, who loves you, baby, with a lollipop. Take out the lollipop. Who loves you, baby? Vin Diesel, man. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord.
Better luck next life.
Yeah, Tokyo Drift for sure. I love Tokyo Drift. Too Fast, Too Furious wasn't that bad. You know, it was watchable. You know, it was watchable. It was in Miami. It was watchable. I remember when they closed down the intersection, and I had to take a detour when they were filming Too Fast, Too Furious. And I was coming from work. I was like, oh shit, I have to take a detour. And I asked, you know, what's going on? Why the streets are blocked? And they said, well, it's a movie set. They're filming a movie. And then I find out the movie they're filming was Too Fast, Too Furious. They did the same thing with the Bad Boys 2. They closed the entire intersection. You have to take a detour.
I'm gonna end you!
It's a movie set. I hate when that shit happens, man. I hate taking a detour. They're making a movie.
You coming?
Oh, I'm coming. I'm humming. Can you see me? I'm coming.
Time for a scrap.
Just die already!
I know. But, you know, the city makes a lot of money off of it. You know, by, you know, making all these movies in Miami. And all these TV shows in Miami. They profit a lot of money. So... Well, the same thing in Vancouver, man. There's a lot of movies being made in Vancouver. A lot of movies being made in Toronto. You know, there's a lot of movie sets. Georgia has become now like the Hollywood hotspot. Like a lot of studios are making movies in Georgia. Like all of these Netflix movies, all of these like Amazon movies, they're actually made in Georgia, believe it or not. Because it's cheaper. Production is cheaper than making it in Los Angeles. Los Angeles right now, it's super expensive to make a movie, man. So that's why a lot of these studios, they're moving to Georgia. And of course, Europe, they go to Europe to make these movies because it's cheaper. Yep, Netflix and Amazon and Hulu, Disney, yeah, they all go to Canada, like, to make these movies. Because it's cheaper. Yeah, yeah. But Los Angeles used to be the place. I mean, it still is to a certain extent. They're still making TV shows, soap operas, and things like that. And you know, they're still making movies there as well, but not like they used to. You know, there's still TV shows and movies being made, but not like they used to. You know, now it's Canada, Georgia, Europe, Croatia, Balkans region. You know, Sweden, Denmark, Holland, you know, Amsterdam, places like that. They're just making movies. Where's cheaper production? Yeah. I think Italy as well. Italy, Spain, you know. It's much cheaper.
Vault Hunter. If you'd been around when the invasion started, we just might have held our own. Now ring the bell.
Whatever you say, Maya, you the boss. You're the boss. Yes, it's cheaper, but also depends on what type of movie. If it's a movie with a large production, and it depends on what kind of movie you're making. If you're making a movie where you have to go somewhere like in Sweden where it's remote and very harsh conditions with the weather and the cold, you have to bring the satellites, you have to bring the generators. You know, there's a lot of stuff to consider. So that could be very cost effective. But it depends on the budget. If you have a big budget of like, let's say, 150 million or 250 million, then you can do that. You could like film in these very remote locations, like in British Columbia, Alberta, middle of nowhere, right? Or up in Sweden, middle of nowhere in Sweden, right? Or Iceland, or Greenland, right? You can go to these locations and film these movies. If they're like in a forest, like let's say you're doing like a scary movie or a survival movie or some kind of a thriller horror movie in a forest, well then of course that's going to cost money, because you have to be in a forest, you have to have all of this equipment, safety and all of that, satellites and first responders has to be there in case something happens, a first responder a chopper so they can lift somebody. If a stuntman gets hurt, lift him up, take him to the nearest, you know, hospital. So they have to consider all of the cost, liability, safety, and it's huge. But If you're somebody like a Warner Brothers or somebody like a 20th Century Studios or Universal Studios, then you can do it. You know, because these are behemoths like a Paramount Studios. These are behemoth. They have the money. They can easily, you know, give you a $250 million budget. And with a $250 million budget, that's $250 million. You should be able to, you know. But it's cheaper for them to do it that way. This is what Ridley Scott talked about. He says it's cheaper for him to film a gladiator in Morocco than it is for him to film it, let's say, in a desert of Nevada or somewhere else in America. So for him, even filming a Black Hawk Down in Morocco was cheaper than if he was to film Black Hawk Down somewhere else. So filming in these locations is cheaper. He saves more money on the production, and he gets more money from the movie when it's finally released. So it works out. Oh, you did that? Oh, cool, man. Nice. That's awesome, man. That's great. So you were just an extra there. Nice, man. So you're pretty familiar with how it works. You're pretty familiar with the whole process. And you see how many people are involved, man. It's a huge undertaking. I'm glad that you know, because a lot of people don't realize, like, when the movie is finished, they should read those credit. They should read those credit lines when they start rolling. When the credits start rolling, they should just watch the credits to see how many people are involved to make all that magic happen. Oh, the bald guy? Are you talking about the bald guy, or the other guy? Or the main actor? Isn't he like from Iraq? From Iraq or something? Originally he's from Iraq or something. He's a good actor. He's a good actor, but isn't he like from like Middle East or something originally? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I forgot his name. Maybe you can tell me. I don't know. Did you talk to him? Big guy. Yeah, he's a ripped guy. Stocky, ripped guy. Not a big guy, but ripped guy. I mean, he can still, you know, the size doesn't matter, man. If you know how to take somebody down, if you know how to do it, it's all about the skills. You don't necessarily have to be a huge guy, big guy. Yeah, it gives you the strength, but it's all about a technique. You know, how fast you are, how good you are, where to hit, how to hit, which which important key areas in the body to hit, right? To bring the suspect down, to bring the person down, right? Right? If somebody with a knife, right? And then you can just, twist that arm and break that arm and break that, break that hand. But you got to do it quick, right? Somebody going with a knife, right? But you got to do all that fast. Like, it's all about momentum and speed, man. And you have to be lucky, but you have to be fast. CQC, close quarter combat, and I spoke to some special forces from like British SAS and to like SEAL teams. I spoke to some of these guys when it comes to like a knife fight, how to remove the knife from that perpetrator or from that enemy. It's all about the speed and momentum. Like, you really have to be fast. Like, every second counts. You got to be super quick, super fast, right? And you have to time it. Like, you have to keep an eye on that person, right? See what his moves are, body language. And when the person's ready to do this, then you got to be ready to, like, block that move, get that wrist, break that arm, and bring him down. And then you got him on a locked position and ain't going nowhere. Then you got a full control over him. I spoke to some of these guys, man. These guys, listen, training is important. I always tell people, man, self-defense training is very important. It can save your life. Also, knowing what's going on around you at all times is very important. You need to let everybody know that you see everybody, right? Always acknowledge that you're watching. You got to let everybody know you're watching. So whoever's thinking that they'll be able to sneak up upon you and do something, you're already letting them know, because you're giving them an eye contact and you're letting them know, hey, I know what's going on around me. I know who's who. So if people want to dance, if people want to approach me and sucker punch me or surprise me, well, they'll have a rude awakening. So it's important for people to learn this lesson. We live in very dangerous times. It's very dangerous times. So people need to be aware of these things. You got to know your surroundings, guys. Self-defense is very important. Don't be on that phone. When you are on that phone and you got a headphones on and you are on that phone, you're not paying attention. Somebody else is paying attention. Remember, when you are not looking, somebody else is looking. So people need to educate themselves on this. It's very important. Always, I've been preaching this, I don't know how many times. My self-awareness came in from Bosnia, from Sarajevo, because I had to learn to know my surroundings. I have to learn about my surroundings because I was under siege in Sarajevo during the war for 4 years. So I was always, and I was there throughout the entire war. I didn't fled. I stayed. You see, people need to understand this. I didn't flee. I came here after the war was over. I didn't flee. I stayed there from 1992 all the way through 1995 when the war was over. So I didn't flee. So I was during that war for 4 years. I'm very familiar with that war in Bosnia and Herzegovina and Sarajevo. So one thing that I learned from that war was self-awareness. Always know what's going on around you. I've been preaching this to everybody. I've been saying this to everyone. It's important that you know your surroundings. Very important. But it's also important to know self-defense. Okay? Because if you are somebody who is not paying attention, if you are somebody who doesn't know self-defense, then you're an easy prey. You're an easy target. Because you can't depend on others to save you, clearly. You can depend on, yeah, there's some good Samaritans, that will step in and help, right? But as you can see, majority of people out there, nobody cares. Everybody's out for themselves. That's the sad reality we're in. That's the sad truth we're in, and people need to be aware of that. Me, I'm a good Samaritan. If I am in a place where I see somebody trying to do something to harm somebody, I will stop that. I will stop it. But of course, I can be everywhere to save everybody. I can be in every place to save everyone. Okay? This is why you have to learn how to defend yourself. You can't just depend on, unless you want to have a bodyguard and pay for a bodyguard to protect you. That's the only way. But who can afford the bodyguards? Bodyguards are expensive. They're super expensive. Yeah, there's some good bodyguards out there, but they're expensive. Who can afford that? Right? So you got to learn to defend yourself. And you got to learn self-awareness. What's going on around you at all times. It can save your life. Okay? You can't depend. When you lose your guard and you're not looking around, somebody else is looking around. Like when I'm at the gas station, I never lose my guard down. I always know what's going on. Who's the guy walking in there in 7-Eleven? Who's this guy with the baggy pants or his pants down? Why is he walking like that? Well, this guy has a fanny pack. Why does he have a fanny pack? What's in that fanny pack? Oh, let me guess. Probably a gun, right? So I'm always aware of situations that might occur. I'm always calculating and looking around me. So I always know what's good. This is why nobody can approach me and fuck with me, because I'm always looking. And I let them know I let them know that I see them. And I already calculated what they have, what they don't have, what they're doing. This guy wearing a fanny pack, this guy's wearing this guy's got a bulky pants. I see everything. And I'm already calculating in my head, if the shit goes down X, Y, and Z, I have to act on this accordingly, super fast, super quick. But people are in fear. They have no training. They live in this internet bubble. Their entire life experience, it's based on a false narrative from the internet. Okay? Internet, it's not a real life. Real life, it's a real life. Okay? You don't get a second chance. All right? If you're dead, you're dead. You don't come back. So people need to understand that there's a major difference between what you learn through internet and what you learn through life experience. I'm 46 years old. I've been through a lot. My experience is a life experience. I've been around the world, okay? I've been through a war, a very bloody war. I've been through a lot of things.
Your session will be
So,
terminated due to
I'm
inactivity
speaking
in
from
2 minutes.
experience. I'm not speaking from like, I read something on an internet or I watched some YouTube videos. That's the problem with today's generation. They're very soft and everything that they see, it's through internet. They need to be tougher. Training, self-defense. Honestly, it's very important. This doesn't mean you can't play video games. You can't be on your phone. You can do all of those things, but you also need to learn when you're out there in the public, it's a jungle. Okay? There's all kinds of lunatics, all kinds of crazies. All right? So you got to learn how to defend yourself, and you got to learn your awareness of what's going on around you at all times. At all times. Look at the body language of that guy. What's he doing? You got to be able to read the body language. Something's not right with that person right there. Keep your distance from him, but keep an eye on him. So, and you make sure that he sees you. You lock in. You lock in with a confidence that you're letting him know, hey, I see you, just so you know. So if you want to do something stupid, bring it. So it's one of those things, man. It's hard to explain, but it's something that they need to learn. Something that this generation needs to learn because it can save their life. Of course, I cannot be everywhere to help everybody. It's impossible. So you gotta save yourself. You gotta learn self-defense. You can't expect special forces and cops to be everywhere to protect you. It's just not possible. It's not going to happen. This country is too big. 300 million people. Okay, so you need to understand you're in a big city. You got to look at where you are. Okay, it's a lot of crime going on here. I gotta be on my guard. Never drop your guard down. Never lose your guard. There's danger always around the corner. So you have to learn self-defense. Okay? Learn tactics. Welcome the fear. Don't run away from fear. Don't freeze. Because when you freeze, the perpetrator sees that. Like a predator. Predator versus prey. What is the one thing that predator backs off? When he sees another equal to him. And the predator is like, okay, I'm backing up. Uh-oh. All right, I don't want to mess with this guy. Right? So, but when they see an easy prey, that's what the predator does. Catches the easy prey. They're not going to catch a tough prey. They might have to call a backup. Oh, hey, guys, let's go. I can't take this guy by myself, right? So you have to always be at the guard. Don't drop your guard down. Always be ready. Be ready for anything. But through training, jiu-jitsu is a good way of doing it. Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I mean, so many Brazilian jiu-jitsu classes, judo classes, wrestling classes, CQC, close quarter classes. There's Navy SEALs, ex-Navy SEALs who can teach you how to disarm somebody with a knife, to do CQC, right? Closed quarters combat, right? And how to do that. They're going to teach you. And you can use these techniques, and you'll have a better chance of a survival What I'm trying to say, when you have these techniques, when you know these techniques, you have a better chances of survival. When you know these techniques and you can implement these techniques to, defend yourself or save somebody else, save the innocent who can defend themselves. You can step in and, use those techniques to save someone's life. So it's very important to know these techniques. Me, I was privileged to learn some of these techniques throughout the war, because that's all I knew. I was surrounded by soldiers, special forces and units. You don't think they showed me these tricks? Of course they did. So, and I learned how to defend myself. I learned how to be aware what's going on, right? I can hear that mortar from 750 yards. Boom. And I already know it's coming. The enemy on the other side of the trenches, 750 yards on that hill. I can already hear it. Boom. When it comes out. And then I can see it flying and I already know where it's going. Its trajectory. And I can hear it if it's too close by or not too close by. Usually you hear it that goes like this. And you know where it's going to land. But that's the self-awareness, right? Self-awareness, listening to the enemies, making movements on the trenches, moving through the bushes, and stepping on the branches with their big heavy military boots. You can hear them, because they carry a lot of gear, and you can hear the enemy making the movement. So you always have to be aware, dude. These are the things that really self-awareness can only help you, man. Can save your life. And tragically enough, today's generation, it's too soft. I hate to say it, they're too soft, and they're not learning. They think that there's always going to be somebody there to save them. They think that there's going to be, some special forces guy or some John Wick there. It would be nice if everyone had a John Wick by their side. Would be nice, but you're not going to have a John Wick by your side all the time. Especially when you're traveling and you're going to a foreign country. Especially when you're a tourist. Especially when you're a tourist and you're going to a foreign country. Especially there. So you always have to be aware, So that's pretty much what, you guys need to remember. Self-awareness. That's how it always happens, Anton. When you're not paying... Listen. Crime can happen anywhere. Now, the odds of crime happening in a bigger city are much higher, right? If you live in Chicago, of course. Or if you live in New York City, of course. If you live in Baltimore or Philadelphia, of course. Or if you live in LA, South Central LA or East LA, the chances of crime are much higher because you're in a big city where there's much higher crime, much higher crime of rate crime. But crime can also happen in the small towns. So it doesn't matter where you are. Small town, you think, oh, I'm safe, I'm in a small town. Shit happens in a small town too. What I'm trying to tell people is, don't get too comfortable. Just because you're in a small town and, oh, it's a small town, everybody knows everybody. People snap. People have mental instabilities. Their mental health serious issue. I've been talking about this for 12 years. Shit can happen anywhere. Don't think you're safe. Don't think you're safe everywhere. You're not. Always understand shit can happen anywhere. Now, if you're in a big city, the chances are much, much, much higher because you're in a big city. So the chances are much higher. But if you are in a small town, let's say 3,000 people, small town, and everybody knows everybody, shit can still happen there. Don't lose your guard. You got to always keep your guard up, man. You got to know what's going on around you, dude. I mean, I've been saying this. I've been preaching this. I know we're about video games, and I know we play video games, and that's my main focus is the video games and to entertain you, to make your life a better day, right? To make you laugh a little bit. Because I know how bad it is out there. I know how crazy it is out there. So, however, remember, reality of the fact is shit can happen anywhere. And you need to understand that. So always keep your guard up at all time. Know your surroundings. The phone can wait. I don't care if I have 50, 20, 100 missing calls. I don't really give a shit. I'm going to call you when I can call you. You will have to wait. I don't care. Missing call, don't give a shit. You will have to wait. It can wait. Life cannot wait. You only have one life. A phone call can wait. Text message can wait. Life cannot wait. You only have one life. So every advice that I give you guys, it's for your own good. I'm not sitting here trying to be some pompous ass, trying to tell you, oh, I know this or I know that. No. Everything I tell you guys, it's through my own experience. Everything I say is through my own experience. I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm talking out of my own experience. So every advice I give you, it's advice that will help you. Okay? So anyway, I forgot to eat my cereal. Yes, I do eat cereal. You know why? Because I need to stay healthy. I want to shred myself a little bit. Look, I like being big because it gives me a lot of strength. But I also like to be balanced so I can be more flexible. Flexible with strength, which gives me even more advantage. Instead of just being this brute force of strength, I want to be flexible with strength. So that's why I'm kind of cutting down on some calories and I'm eating some light stuff, because I'm getting older, man. I'm not like what I used to be. You should see some of my younger photos. You won't recognize me, how ripped I was, how I was like Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm not kidding, dude. There's a lot you guys don't know about me, which I understand. It's impossible to know me through the internet, All right, let's continue. We have to promote Boosteroid. Come on. Don't trust nobody. I agree. But you can trust Shuki. Shuki's legit. Shuki is transparent, as legit as you're going to get, bro. I haven't seen anybody more legit than Shuki. Shuki is 100% legit, bro. But still, even around Shuki, you don't know. He might snap. The demons might possess him. He might snap one night. You never know, dude. Shuki is the best. I don't know, Jose. I don't know. Be careful. You might spend a couple of days with him and then he snaps on you. Careful. Looks can be deceiving, Jose. Looks can be deceiving, brother. No, he's cool, man. Shuki's good. Shuki's good. But I like to roast him sometimes. I like to put him on the barbecue and roast him a little bit. It's the barbecue roasting time for Shuki. No, I roasted him too much, man. No, I feel kind of bad. I've been roasting Shuki for like the entire month of August. I roasted him. No, 2 months. July and August, I've been roasting him. Like, ooh, it's been a barbecue for 2 months straight. Oh, God. But I worry about you guys. See, I don't worry about I worry about everybody else. You see, I always tell people, I don't worry about me. If somebody wants to dance with me, come knock on my door. Please, come see me. I'm not worried about me. I worry about other people, dude. Honestly. And it really, I worry for other people. Like, you know, I'm always praying that everybody's safe. That all of you are safe. That, God forbid, nothing happens, you know. And that's why I give you this advice. That's why I always say, you know your surroundings, you know. The phone can wait. Text messages can wait. All this other stuff can wait. Life cannot wait. So I worry about you guys. I don't really worry about me. Me, somebody wants to do something with me, bring it. Bring it. Make my day. Bring it. I know Christmas is coming. Can you guys believe it? The summer, it's over, actually. The summer, it's actually over. It's over. Can you? Where did this summer go? No. Where did the summer go? No, for real. We're almost done with this year. We got 4 months left. October is just around the corner. Once we're in October, it's 3 months. 3 months, right? Once we jump into the October, it's October, November, December, 3 months. And that 3 months will go by really fast. And then 2026. Man, holiday season's here. I mean, it's going fast, man. Can I be honest? Well, I'm always honest, but I really want to be honest big time. Something's going fast. It wasn't like this, man. 25 years ago, 26 years ago, even 30 years ago, the summer felt nice and long. The year felt nice and long. But man, even the holiday season felt nice and long. That's what she said. That's what she said. Nice and long. But my God, this year, even last year, where did 2024 go? Where did 2024 go? 2025 already, man. Gone. 2026 around the corner. It's crazy, dude. I've never experienced anything like this, dude. The way time is going. Look, it's already September 12th. Time is just flying by, dude. It's just crazy. It is crazy how fast time is flying by, man. I've never seen anything like this. Wow, dude. Just wow. It's crazy, man. It's crazy times. I know. And where the hell did summer go? Huh? Where's summer? What happened to summer? Huh? Summer just went like that. This is crazy, man. It doesn't feel normal. Like something's weird going on. I don't know what it is, man. Something's weird going on, man. Aliens must be doing something. This must be aliens, man. There's a lot of activity of aliens. I don't know, man. Aliens might be doing some shit with us, bro. Because they own us, you know. They created us. I'm just kidding, all right? We don't know who created us, all right? They might have something to do with it, but we don't know. Depending who you ask. If you ask astronaut alien theory, if you ask ancient aliens, who's the guy with the hair? You know, the guy the guy with a big hair from Ancient Aliens, you know, the guy with a long hair. Depending who you ask. I used to watch Ancient Aliens. Oh my God, holy shit, bro. I used to watch that shit righteously. I wish that I knew the guy. The guy with a big Long hair, man, with the hair sticking out, man, like a scarecrow, the big hair. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Aliens. Did you guys see that footage? Did you guys see the footage where Hellfire missile traveling 800 miles an hour hit the UFO? It didn't even flinch. Didn't blow it out of the sky. Didn't do nothing. All it did, it took some parts out of it, like three pieces out of it, and those 3 pieces was flying with it. It's almost like they got their own gravity shield, and the gravity shield is keeping it there. It's like they in this bubble, protective shield, zero gravity protective shield bubble, and they can just because once the rocket enters this gravity bubble, the rocket slows down because it's the laws of physics don't apply when it's a zero gravity. Then it slows down, so the impact is not that high. That's the only conclusion I can come up with, that they're using some sort of a zero gravity shield to slow down these rockets. Did you guys saw that video? It's been released. Yeah. Nobody can explain it. Our military is like, hey, we're using our best Hellfire rockets and we can't do shit. The most powerful military on the planet is telling you, we can't do shit. We can't do shit. We can't keep up with them. We can't shoot them down. We can't do shit. Oh God. So aliens, man. But what is their interest here? I know they're here. They have to be here monitoring us. But what is their interest? See, that's what I want to know. I know that their technology, it's light years ahead of us. Of course, we stand no chance. Let's just be honest. We stand zero chance. Zero chance. But my question is, why are they here? What is their purpose? What are they doing here? Or have they always been here? It's just we didn't know. Like the Bible talks about it, that they've been here since the dawn of humankind. So, you could be right, Anton. They've been here since the beginning. Who built those pyramids? Yeah, who built those pyramids so perfectly? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Now we're stepping into the Prometheus, Ridley Scott. I have to watch that TV show on a Hulu, man. The Alien Earth, bro. I gotta watch that TV show. No, I have to watch it, man. I gotta watch that TV show, man. I need to sign up with Disney Plus, and that's it. Take my money, Disney Plus. Because Hulu is Disney. Oh yes, there's definitely something going on. Now, if they can read our minds, can they also control our minds? Right? If they can read our minds, can they also control our minds? Right? Unseen forces, unseen entities possessing a human mind, controlling a human mind, putting the thoughts into the human mind, making human do things they don't want to do, but they do it anyway because they're being controlled by whatever entity is that is controlling him. These unseen entity forces controlling you. So these are the things, man. Pretty scary stuff. And but it's good to see that we have more interest about this. It's good to see that people are asking questions. That people are. That's good. That's a good attitude. 30 years ago, if you were talking about this, they would put you in a straitjacket, put on a tinfoil hat, and put you in a mental institution with a straitjacket. But now they're not discrediting anything. So people are open-minded that there is a possibility that there are some entities out there we don't understand, some forces out there, unseen entity forces out there. There are interdimensional. They're bending space and time. They're not using traditional travel like we are using. They're light years ahead of us with technology. So we have to like. It's good that we are like asking these questions. I think it's healthy that we're having these questions, that we're asking these questions. You know. So that's actually positive. That's a positive news that people are actually not discrediting and calling it, oh, this is all crazy talk, blah, blah, blah. You know, these are crazy people talking crazy stuff. No, people are not discrediting it anymore. They're taking it seriously. And that's a good attitude to have. The people are, you know, taking this stuff seriously so we can educate ourselves and learn. That's the whole point of living in this universe, living in this reality and this planet, to learn. You learn every day, and there's nothing wrong with that. We need to know what's around us, what lives with us, what surrounds us. We need to be educated, you know, so we can all coexist together. But we have to learn what's out there instead of just ignoring it. Whether it's the Sasquatch or skinwalkers or these interdimensional entities, etc., etc. That's the whole point. It's educating ourselves and learning about what it is. That comes with asking questions, you know. And of course, being open-minded that there is a possibility that these things do exist, and we have to learn about them. We have to understand, because they do impact our lives. So we have to understand what it is. We have to learn about it, you know. So it's a good thing that the people are asking questions. So that's a very good news that people are asking questions, you know. All right, let's continue. We're turning this into a Joe Rogan podcast. It's not a Borderlands, it's a Joe Rogan podcast.
The people of Athenas are gonna have to fend for themselves for a little while. More important things at stake.
Okay. All right, let's go.
I'm gonna need some iridium to get into the anchor hold. It'll amp up my siren powers. On an extremely related note, how do you feel about grave robbing?
What?
I've done worse. A lot worse, like seriously.
Good. There's some iridium hidden in the cemetery. Something tells me Ava's already there. She'll help you out.
Grave
I've never
robbing?
actually
I don't
been
know about
inside
that.
the anchor hold. It's got iridium protections around it, but I think I can get around them. There's a passage in my book of ancient siren techniques. Gonna go grab it, since the library's unprotected, and I'll catch up with you later.
Okay, she's already putting me to work. Thank you. There they are. There's the aliens. Here they come. That's right. Rare earth elements, man. Aliens. We're on an alien planet, man. They even have a soda machine. Wow. Oh, it's not a soda machine. It's it's to refill the ammo.
Now get
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Here they come.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Oh, Lord. What if they're using us for their own greedy purposes, dude? And they're like harvesting us. They're feeding off of our energy or something. Imagine how scary that would be, bro. For their own goals. Yeah. That's why they're here, dude. They're not here for the coffee, alright? They're just using us, dude. These stupid humans don't understand. We are using them. They're being used. They're so stupid. Humans. We control you. What the hell? He was following me? Alright, what do you have for me, dude? Talk.
You must come quickly. The holy distillery is infested with rats. This way.
Thank the six storms, my prayers are answered.
I am Brother Mendel of the impending storm, sworn to an oath of non-violence. So, I must beg your assistance with these ferocious rats. You must eradicate them for me.
Okay.
There we are. Now, inside, quickly, before the rats completely infest this holy place.
All right. Oh my God, there's too many of them. Jesus. All right. I made it.
Cool if I take this.
Who knows? I guess we'll never know.
Later.
Hey, Ava. Looking good, Ava. Hi. But this is why it's important that we talk about it. This is why it's important that people are having a conversation. You learn every day. Don't assume that you know everything. You don't. Nobody knows everything. We know certain things, but we don't know everything. That's why it's important people always have these conversations. And ask these questions, you know. All right, Ava. Hello.
Oh, hey! I
Hi.
was just out here looting corpses. But wait, you're a vault hunter like Maya used to be? Go on adventures, save the universe, kill bad guys?
Yeah, I get to kill bad guys pretty much all the time. It's great.
Yes! That's so freaking cool, I want to die instantly. I'm gonna be a vault hunter too. Or I would be if Maya assigned me more than just Garden of Dust.
You should be like me, like a vault hunter.
Water for like 100 hours. Sorry, just really boring around here. So, we're gonna loot this graveyard or what? What you got, Gate? Nothing, bitch! You got nothing! Come on.
She's like Ellie from The Last of Us.
Oh, crap!